Good morning. Happy Christmas if you celebrate it. How are you all? I hope that everyone is cool. Let me know if you can hear me. Hey Outlander, hey sister. Hi Shiva. How are you all guys? I hope that everyone is cool and just let me know if you can hear me. Everything is clean, clear. Let me know that. Then we'll talk about the price action a little bit. But remember, this week is the lowest probable week. So make sure that you are not involving your real money here. Instead, just be the audience. Enjoy the price action. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Margashak. All good. Thanks, Gupta. Good morning. Can hear you. Thank you, Sharada. Good morning, Taylor. Telfo. Good morning, brother. That good. uh, by the way, how are you, Murad? Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you are new. Best year is coming, in my opinion. We will do a lot of things next year from February, obviously, not from January. January is also the lowest probable area. So from February, I hope that if there is no WW3, World War 3, then it will be the best price action in my opinion. But we'll see. Until then, we have to be patient. That's all. Good. Thanks, bro. No worries. Mika. Good morning, brother. Mika. I can see some new name here like Mika, then Taylor, Shiva Sai, Shiva Sai, Shiva Sai. Yeah, it's new, I guess. You guys are new here. Let me know. Or you are with me for so long and actually don't comment often. That's why it's unknown to me. Would love to wait until 9:05. That means 3 more minutes. Then we'll talk about the price action. So until 3 minutes, we'll do this chit chat, like opening chit chat, greetings, asking about the health, asking about the account you are using. No, bro, I just changed my name. Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's why maybe. Yeah, Biru. Good morning, brother. This is the new name as well, Biru Sreshta. If you also don't change your name. Hey, DB, how are you, brother? Just write down your name so that I can read your name. Later, I can remember your name. Okay. I still have old name. I can see it, DB. I can see it. You have the old name. That's good. Divyash here. Okay, Divyash. Divangsh. What was that? Divangsh? Divangsh? Is that Divangsh? Good morning, Nicolo. How was the day, brother? How was yesterday? How was today? How was the London session? It is morning here, 12:03. It's the midnight morning outlander. Divyansh. Okay, Divyansh. I'm learning. Hey, Pudu. Good morning, brother. Nice name, by the way, Pudu. Yeah, Divyansh. Divi is easier, man. I mean, Divyansh is a good name, nice name, but Divi is much more easier for me to pronounce. Good, everything is golden. That's cool, man. Hey, Peter. I'm Peter. Okay, Peter, you're also new actually. Uh, not new actually. I'm reading your name new, Peter. By the way, welcome to our community, brother. Today, can you explain the opening range? How can we use it? I don't use the opening range. I use opening gap, opening range gap, but I don't use the opening range. Oh, okay. You're not new. But I think this is the first. I mean, I'm reading your comment for the first time, if I'm not wrong. I always try to remember everyone's name who actually comment here. I try to remember their name. So it's like unknown to me. That's why I'm saying maybe you are new. But yeah, as well as you can, this scammer in Discord chatting me as you. Okay. If anyone got any kind of message in Discord, personal message, name is T2SMC Trader, just block them. I don't give anyone personal message. I don't give it. If it is necessary, first I will write in the main room that brother, I'm going to give you a message to the DM, and then I'll give you the message. Otherwise, if anyone give you the message, ask for the money or anything, any course, I don't know, anything, just block them. Just mention my name to the comment main room. I will reply over there if I'm not busy. Now these days I'm little busy because of the driving school. I'm trying to learn how to drive. I know how to drive, but European rules and regulation. That's I'm little busy. Hey Mika, you're new. Okay, Peter, bro, we have another Peter. Yeah, I can see that we have another Peter now. We'll take better action and stop this treachery. I really don't know how to do that. Tamimi is actually Tamimi AFX Outlander. They're actually maintaining the Discord and they know better than me. So I'm a noob about all of these things. I hope that Tamimi will take an action so that this is gonna be gone forever. I don't know. So guys, it's already 9:06. Let's read something about the price action and then we'll be back. Okay. So let me focus on the price action. I'm not going to read your comment for sometimes. So if you have any question, either hold it until I ask you the question, or yeah, I hope that everything will be clear when I'll explain. Let's start from the dollar index, and I would love to go to the weekly chart one more time. So this is the weekly chart. Yesterday I told that I'm expecting this dollar will go to this 50% of that weekly bearish gap. That is my intention, that I was bullish for this line over here. So today is going to be the same thing, that market will go for that at least for 50%, then we'll see if it can go through that or not. Okay, so today is also going to be the same intention, that dollar index will go for that 50% of that weekly bearish gap. Let's go to the daily. There's nothing else. Okay, it can fall, but that is not my intention. I want to see it will reach over there. That's all I would love to see. So from the daily chart, yesterday I told that I'm interested to see this guy will keep going higher until the 50% of that daily gap as well. So what happened? Market reached until this area, then little retracement, then closed over there. Today I'm going to think the same thing. Market is going for that 50% of that daily gap as well. Here, this bullish gap, I told that I don't want to see. This gap is not from here actually. This is from hourly chart. We'll talk about this when we'll be in hourly chart. But from the daily chart, you will see here market never reached to the 50% of that daily bullish fair value gap. This is the sign of the strong bullishness. So from the daily chart, it's too beautiful to see that market is extremely bullish until that 50% of that daily gap. I would love to see that it will keep going higher. Let's go to the 4 hour chart. This is the 4 hour 4 hour chart. I told that if market can go through this last fair value gap, then market will go for this what to say, I mean this 50% of that area. In the meantime, it can reach until this last fair value gap, then market can reach until this bullish fair value gap from 4 hour chart. Okay, until that bullish fair value gap from 4 hour chart. From the 4 hour chart, this is that bullish gap. I just marked it from volume balance to volume balance, and from hourly chart, it is much more cleaner. Okay, this gap is actually from hourly chart. So whatever, it came until to the top of this gap here, as you can see, one, two time it came here, closed there yesterday, made the new day opening gap, trade that new day opening gap. Can it go through this last gap? That is my intention to see. Can it go through this and reach for that area? Is it going to happen by today? I don't think so. If it happens, that's cool. There is nothing wrong, but I don't think so that it's gonna be over there by today. But my intention is to see, can it reach for that area? If this new day opening gap is broken and market closed below this new day opening gap, I would love to look for this gap to see it will fall for this gap. After this is broken, that means body close below this new day opening gap. Then and only then I'll think that market is reaching for this bullish gap. Otherwise, my intention is this gap is not going to be broken. New day opening gap is not going to be broken. Last parallel gap is going to be broken, and market is reaching for this 50% of that daily gap, and also the weekly gap is 50% is around this area. So both of the 50% is around that area. Here is the daily hourly chart, and you can see this candle top. From this candle top to the volume balance, I didn't mark it from week to week. I marked with the volume balance. There is a little volume balance over here, which is there from the hourly chart, and market went higher, left that obvious liquidity here around this area, which is the obvious liquidity. Market fall, took that all of this liquidity, failed to reach until the 50%. Even if it tapped to this 50%, it was absolutely cool, but it failed to reach until the 50% of that bullish gap. That is going to support my idea. I'm bullish. It is going to support my idea because I'm very strong. When I'm going high, I'm very strong. I'm going to deny it even to reach until the 50% of that bullish gap. So I'm denying it. It seems like that I'm extremely bullish. Yesterday market reached until this last parallel gap, which is here from 4-hour chart, but from hourly chart, if you want to mark, you can mark this is the last parallel gap and this is the entry gap. So over here, this is the entry gap. I just marked it from 4-hour chart because I'm using the dollar index. For dollar index, 4-hour chart is much more important. Okay. So over here, it reached until the low of this last parallel gap, made that relatively equal highs, this high and that high, which is also a shallow run. Then market fall again, come back again to the top of this gap, constant crossment rejection, top rejection, not 100% or tick by tick, but still it seems like constant crossment rejection, top rejection. Market closed there, opened here, huge opening gap, nude opening gap, come back again to the top, to the bottom of this nude opening gap one more time, came here, used is as a support, try to go higher, failed. This one candle closed around the 50% of, I mean around the 50% of this nude opening gap. Wanna see that this is not going to be broken, market is keep going higher. If it is broken, then I will observe this gap over here. Can market reach until this gap? That is my intention to see. Can market reach until this gap? If and only if this new opening gap is broken. Until that is not going to be broken, this entry gap is my intention to see can market reach until this entry gap or not. So overall, I would love to say why I would love to see this, because the last favorable gap is holding the price, so it is the reaction, and that reaction sending the price at least until this entry gap. Until it is not broken, I'm not thinking like that. Okay, so I would love to see it will go through this last gap and it will go for that obvious liquidity here. This high has been taken over here by a shallow run, which is called the obvious liquidity. So this high is my first target, and then this consonant crossment. I don't believe that market will come here by today, or market will go through this entry favorable gap today. I mean, even if it fall, maximum it can reach until this entry gap because of the volatility. We don't have any news today. We have holiday tomorrow because of the 25th of December, which is my Christmas. So tomorrow is the holiday. In my opinion, today's lunch hour is gonna be the best area to trade. Okay, I mean, not morning session is gonna be difficult, but the lunch hour is gonna be beautiful as well. So if I want to trade, I can trade the lunch hour today because it's gonna be beautiful. Market is in rush, so everyone will try to cover their profit before the PM session. So PM session is gonna be little manipulative, but lunch hour should be so beautiful. That doesn't mean it's gonna 100% it's going to happen, but that is my thinking, that this lunch hour is gonna be beautiful today. Okay, again, this week is the week where you should step back, like the tiger. Okay, before attacking to his no food, he just go little back then jump. So you have to do think like that way. You have to go little back, you have to observe this price as an audience, and then I mean, after that you will actually uh, come back with more strength. Oh, by the way, I forgot something. Today, maybe I'm not sure, but maybe today is the half day. Okay, if I'm not wrong, today is gonna be the half day. So near about 1 p.m. it can be closed. I'm not 100% sure, but so far I remember today is gonna be the half day. If you know that, let me know to the comment box. Okay, I can be wrong. Again, I don't remember how long the market will be open, but so far I remember it should be until 1 p.m. if I'm not wrong. Just let me know if you know that. Okay, then I'll read it later. If today is the half day, then until the end of the day I'll be able to trade. Just I'll skip the last half an hour. So for example, if 1 p.m. is the closing, then I will trade until 12:30. Then after 12:30, that is from 12:31, I'm not interested to touch that market. If it is closing around 1, if it is closing around maybe 1:30, then I will trade until 1 p.m. So 1 to 1:30, that means last half an hour I'm not interested to trade. Okay, so just let me know if it is a normal day or it's gonna close around 1 p.m. It can be. Okay, I just don't remember. Just let me know that. Now, anybody has any question about this dollar index anymore? Early close. Oh, okay. Market will close at 1 p.m. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So if it is going to close around 1 p.m., then for me, I would love to trade until 12:30. So after 12:30, I'm not interested to push any kind of button because the last half an hour it will be rush. Everyone will be rush. So I'm not interested to trade around that area. Okay. So is there any question about this dollar index? Anybody has any question? If you have any question, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll just change to Nasdaq. Early close. That's cool. Guys, I need your reply, okay? Because I'm waiting for your reply, then I'll switch the chart. Anybody has any confusion about this dollar index? Whatever the direction will be for dollar index, I will think the opposite direction for Nasdaq. So if dollar index is going for this entry parallel gap, Nasdaq will keep going higher. If dollar index is going for that in last parallel, this gap, or maybe for the 50% here, then dollar index will keep, sorry, the Nasdaq will keep falling. Okay. Clear? No question. Thank you. So I'm going to go to the Nasdaq chart. Here is the Nasdaq chart, and let me make it a little bigger. Lot of lines, don't get confused. I will explain them. Okay. So let me go to the weekly chart first. So here is the weekly chart, and as you can see, this weekly bullish parabolic gap is still holding the price. This week is still it's an inside candle. I believe that it's gonna be the inside candle by this whole week. That means market will stay inside this last week. Okay, it will stay over here. That is my intention to say. That doesn't mean it is going to happen, but if it happens, then next week is going to be the expansion week. That means market will expand too much, I believe so. Or maybe after the next week, because the next week is the new year. So after the next week it will be huge expansion. We'll see around the, what to say, I mean, around the next week or the day after the next week. So far, I'm seeing that this bullish parallel cap is holding the price. This highest up close body close candle, which is the order block, which is also holding the price. So right now, market is over here. I want to see it will stay inside this gap. So sorry, inside this candle. So it can do like this type of things. It can go little higher. It can fall. It can do this type of things by this whole week. So rest 3 days, 2 days actually. If after today, tomorrow is the closing. I mean off day. The day after tomorrow is the Thursday and Friday. So Thursday and Friday it will stay like this way. That is my intention to see. I don't want to see this guy will go above that high. This guy will go below that low. I don't want to see this. I want to see it will stay inside this range. And this gap, so far it is holding the price. I'm just not going to mark this gap, but remember there is the gap. This is the all-time high. This is the sell side liquidity. That's all I have from the weekly chart. From the weekly candle, I am just going to predict what is going to happen. It is going to stay inside this gap. I mean, sorry, inside this candle. Yesterday, I was thinking that maybe this week market will fall and take this low at least and then go for this relatively equal lows. But the way yesterday it expanded higher, this week, I want to see it will stay inside this candle. If it wants to go little outside of this candle, then it will take that low. But don't want to see this high is going to be taken. So the 50% of that week is my last intention to see that market is not going to break that 50% of that week. So that is the last line market can go. So here, and let me actually mark it like this way. That is the last line market can, maximum market can go over there. Okay, let me check if it is in every time frame. Let's go to the daily chart. So this is the daily chart. I'm going to remove this standard deviation from the daily chart. So far, you know, it has respected -2 standard deviation. So I'm just going to remove that thing from my chart. Okay? So this is the daily bearish gap. Until market is below the 50% of this daily bearish gap, I'm bearish. I'm still bearish. This low and that low, they are relatively equal lows, which is the sell side liquidity. I want to see it will go toward that sell side liquidity. Don't want to see body will close above the 50% of that daily bearish gap. This is that line, which is the 50% of that weekly week. Okay, so that is the weekly week 50%. That is the maximum line market can go. But if it close above this constant encroachment, I will do nothing until it break that daily fair value gap here, or it close here. Until it doesn't do that, I will do nothing. If and only if any candle close or any body close above the 50% of that daily bearish gap. If it doesn't close above this one, every single day I'm bearish. You see, it is going higher, I'm bearish. It is going higher, I'm bearish. It will go higher, I'm bearish. And whatever opportunity I will get to take the sell, I will take that sell. I'm not interested to look for buy. Now, it is a bull candle. How can you be profitable by taking a sell? 100% I'll get profitable on that area to take the sell. If it provide me any selling opportunity by today, I'll go for that sell. If it keep going higher, maybe something from the lower time frame. If it provide me any entry opportunity, I'll go for that. Otherwise, I'm just interested to look for sell, not buy, until it is below the 50% of that bearish gap. Okay, this bullish gap is holding the price. I believe this is the reaction only, and this reaction is sending the price little deeper of this hourly as a daily gap. And if you convert this gap, or if you divide this gap by four part, which is gonna be here, so far it is trading the lower quadrant of this gap, which is a perfect area to reverse. So let's see if it can reverse from that uh, lower quadrant of that daily gap or not. My intention to see that can it reverse from that area. It has taken yesterday high, that high, every high has been taken, which is called the manipulation. Today is the manipulation day, though tomorrow we have the holiday. I should not look for the narrative this way, but still, according to the narrative, it has already taken the liquidity, or the manipulation has done over here. Okay, it was an, I mean, what to say, I mean, accumulation candle. When I'll be in 15-minute chart, it will be clear. Now it seems like a bull candle, but it's actually an accumulation candle. I'll show you when I'll be in lower time frame. So it's called the manipulation, which has taken the liquidity. So can it expand lower now? That is my intention to see. Let's go to the hourly chart. So this is the hourly chart, and here is the breaker block. I'm going to keep this breaker block. So this area to that area, this is the breaker block. I don't want to see that body is going to close above the 50% of that breaker block from daily chart, not from hourly, not from 15-minute, not from 1 minute, from daily chart. I don't want to see that body is going to close above the 50% of that breaker block. Can it close? 100% can close. It can reach until the top or little more mohawk here, mohawk above the bearish gap. Okay? At the same time, this gap is from the daily chart, daily bearish gap. So don't get confused by these two gap. This is the breaker block. This is the daily bearish gap. These two area. This daily bearish gap 50% and the breaker block top are around the same level. See this level. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this daily bearish gap from my chart and going to keep this area. Just remember, this is the top of that breaker block, daily bearish breaker block. So it should not close from the daily chart above the 50% of the daily bearish gap, and also above the breaker block. My intention to see that can market fall and take this obvious liquidity. This low has been taken over here in a shallow run, which is that low, which is also the liquidity or obvious liquidity, which has traded this I mean this gap over here, which is the entry gap from that specific leg to that specific leg. Entry gap, trade that entry gap, keep going higher, took all of this liquidity here. All of this liquidity has been taken, trading this daily bearish gap lower quadrant. Can it fall now? That is my intention to see. Can it fall now? If it keep going higher, I mean, for example, it is just keep going higher, higher, higher. Maybe I'll change my, intention later. Now, first come here to see why I told that yesterday was the accumulation day. Okay. So this is the Friday low. This is the Friday high over here. That is the Friday. Now, this is yesterday's price action. Open here, went higher, went lower, went higher. Can you see it's in range? It was little volatile, but it's in a range. See, it opened here, high until this area, fall until this area, come here, then here, like closed around this area. It has just closed around this area. So it's like a range accumulation. Market has accumulated here and then took all the liquidity here. All the liquidity has been taken over here. Now can it fall? That is my intention to see. Now these black lines, what are they? What are they? I tried to mark the, what to say, I mean, this breaker block from here to here, body to body, which was this minus 2.5 standard deviation here, this line, which has been broken. Market has been broken this one. So I am going to remove it. Then when it is above the minus 2.5 standard deviation, I have to go to week to week. Okay, so I would love to mark it from week to week. This is minus 1 standard deviation. This is minus 2 standard deviation. So can it reverse from this minus 1 standard deviation, or is it going for that minus 2 standard deviation? That is my intention to see. If it keep going higher, I would love to look for the buy until this minus 2 standard deviation. At the same time, this is the area, if you remember, the new day opening gap with the gap from the hourly chart. This is that area, which is my extreme line for the bull market. If market would love to keep going higher, this is the extreme line where market can reach maximum. This is that 50% of that new, I mean, this daily bearish gap. I'm going to remove all of this line so that you don't get confused. Okay, and let me keep it here, this big gap, or let me actually remove this gap as well. Hmm, let me remove this line, and not a lot of gaps. Okay, so here, so can it has taken all of this buy side liquidity, everything has been taken. Can it fall now? My first intention to see, can it fall and take this liquidity, this low and that low? They are relatively equal lows, a very clean lows. Can it take that relatively equal lows? If it can take this relatively equal lows, then this week or around this area, I would love to see this market will come. If it respect this gap and keep going higher, this black line is my last line where market can maximum reach. I don't want to see that it will keep going higher. Instead, I want to see it will keep falling. Okay, it will keep falling and it will go for that liquidity, which is very clean over here. It will go for that. But if it is started to go higher, I will change my mind and then I'll start to think about the buy, which is low probability in my opinion. That is all from Nasdaq. Anybody has any question? I'm going to remove this black line because it has been violated. This is 8:30 open, so market has opened here around 8:30. This is the midnight open over here. Market is extremely premium because they're above both 8:30 and the midnight open. It is in extreme premium. My intention to see, can it keep falling and take this liquidity, which is very clean, this low and that low. They're relatively equal lows, which is very clean. That is my first intention to see, can market reach for that. But I'm observing this gap. If market hold, sorry, this gap hold the market, then I would love to see it will reach for that black line. We'll wait for 9:30 to see how market is going to open around that area. I don't think so you have any question, by the way. Do you have any question about this? Hey Mosh, how are you, brother? Jian, good morning, brother. Anybody has any question? Let me know. This is 9:30, so I'm going to mark the opening gap. Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. Let's beat this market all together. Though it's nearly impossible, nobody can beat the market. First, we will look for the first presented gap to see if it can make the gap. Now, about the opening gap, what is the most important thing when I mark the opening gap? I want to see it will work at least until this 50%. For example, I'm looking for buy. My bias is bullish. Even if my bias is bullish, I want to see it will reach for this 50% first, then it will go higher. Okay, that is my intention to see, and that is why I mark the opening gap to see if it can reach until this area. Now it has made a gap here, which is not enough for me to mark the first presented gap. So I'm not going to mark this gap. I will wait for the first presented gap after 9:30. Either way, there is no gap. Uh, Actually, the difference is like NQ, this chart, okay, for future, this chart, the price, it is regulated by, it is regulated, okay, but the CFD charts, they are not regulated, so their price is not gentle price, but this price is the gentleman price. I mean, you can't do the manipulation here. If you want, you can't do the manipulation here because this is all regulated, but the CFD market is not regulated. That's why their price action sometimes little different. You will see some kind of unnecessary weak, some kind of unnecessary move, this type of things, which is absolutely not possible in this future market, which is like NQH, that means the contract, something like that. This is my understanding, but I can be wrong. To be honest, I can be wrong, but I think this is why the other markets are different comparing with this market. I'm just looking this gap, okay, from 15-minute chart. As I told, I'm just looking this gap. If this gap hold the price here, that gap, which is the 15-minute gap, if this gap hold the price, then I would love to look for this bold black line. But if it is failed to hold the price, then and only then I will start to think about the sell. Right now, nothing to do. At the same time, observing this inverse gap, if it is the inverse gap, body should not close above the 50% of that inverse gap. Wick can did the damage, there is nothing wrong, but body should not close above the 50% of that inverse gap. Why is that inverse gap? This is the highest gap. Market tapped to this gap, took the liquidity. This liquidity has been taken over here. Then market violated this gap. So now can it work as an inverse gap and keep falling? That is my intention to see. I don't want to see any body close above that 50% of that inverse gap. Okay. Good morning, Jamie. How are you, brother? I'm not going to take the first presented gap entry. We'll just outline it. Okay, but this is for our observation. Don't just use it. Instead, observe it at least for 2 months and then build your confidence. Go for that first presented gap. It's too easy to mark, too easy to use. So please pay your full attention over there and try to use that. I believe that it's gonna be the game changer for your trading. I believe it. Okay, so just focus over there, observe it for at least 2 months, and then start using it. You won't regret. So right now I'm observing two things. First, this 15-minute gap, can it hold the price? Second, this inverse gap 50% is going to hold the price or not. So these two things I'm observing right now. I wanna see it will hold the price and send the market lower. That's all I wanna see. But if this hold the price and market show me the bullishness, then I will expect this market will reach at least until this -2 standard deviation, this black line. Okay, I'm going to remove this one. I guess it's for me and for ICT, both of them will be agree with this. This is gonna be the first presented gap because there is no other gap. Okay, so 32.50, 37.50. See, let's see if it can take me or without me it keep going higher. I wish it will take me. You know how to use this one, right? If there is anybody close here, one tick below this gap, I will just simply close this entry and I will take a re-entry for sell. Why my stop loss is until this area? Because the wick can did the damage. So just for the wick, I put my stop loss over there. But if there is one single body closed, one tick below this gap, I would change my intention and I will take the sell. But for the first time, when it came here and took me, I'm already in the market. I wanna see, can it reach for 25 handle or not? That is my intention to see. In the meantime, I prefer 20 handle for taking a partial. 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so around this area, either I will take a partial here, or I will just put my stop loss to the break even, and would love to see can it provide me 25 handle or not. If it can provide me 25 handle, I'm happy. Not more than 25 handle, not less than 25 handle. All I care about 25 handle. Okay, little more, little more. There you go. Our trading is done. Who need else? Anything else? Who need anything else? Trading is done. Okay. It will go for 1000 handle. I don't care. All I care about 25 handle. Did it provide me 25 handle? Brother, we just opened our chart. We got our profit. Trading is done. That's why I told you this is something. Please pay your full attention over here. I'm going to make it much more easier than even you can think about it. Sometimes it won't work, to be honest, but just count how many times it is going to work. What else do you need? What else do you need? Greedy Peter. Peter, are you getting confidence, brother? I told you, you have to build the confidence. That's all you have to need. If you build the confidence, trust me, man, you need nothing. I know it's too easy, and some of your ego will hurt. Why that is too easy? I don't need that much easy things. I know that. But trust me, man, it's gonna be your game changer. It's too easy. No, I'm not willing to take the buy from this gap because it has already in deep premium. So I don't need to take the buy from there. So I will observe this market now little more to look for a selling opportunity. If it keep going higher, maybe I will switch my decision after some kind of bullish fair value gap, or after retest this order block. See this order block from 15 minute chart. When this candle will close here somewhere, then retest this order block, then I will start to find a buying opportunity. Until then, I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy. I need some kind of higher time frame. If I push my button here, that means I'm chasing this price. Remember, my trading should be done already. It should be done. So in this tough situation, or the area where this is always the low probability, if I can find a better opportunity to be a profitable trader just by 1 minute, sorry, just by 10 minutes or 5 minutes or something like that, I don't know how many times, I guess 10 minutes. Yeah, it's just exactly 10 minutes. If we can get a winning trade by opening the chart and within 10 minutes, do you really think you need something else? Now 25 handle is not a runner, I know that, but I prefer 25 handle because it's more than enough for being profitable. How much did it provide me? 37 handle. Okay, dollar index has didn't close yet below this new opening gap. It didn't close yet. So far, it has taken this relatively equal loss around this area. This relatively equal loss has been taken here. traded that order block, which is the last down close body close candle. It has traded this order block. Can it start to go higher now? That is my intention to see right now. Or is it keep going higher? And if it can start to fall, or is it reaching for this -2 standard deviation? I can take a buy now from that candle, which is the propulsion block. I'm not going to take this one. Okay, if the candle can close one tick above this candle, then that's gonna be a buying opportunity, but stop loss is gonna be too big. So for that area, I'm not interested to take the buy from this propulsion block. So I'll let this price go. I'll let this price go until 10 a.m. New York local time to see what it wants to do. First, if I want to take a buy, I need to see that market has taken the liquidity. That means this low has been taken. Then market will go higher if it wants to go higher. That's all I want to see. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy. This is a risky entry from the propulsion block. Still, it's not valid. But I don't want to go with that risky entry from this propulsion block. If it keep going higher, this black line is my interest to see. Can market reach until this area, which is the -2 standard deviation from 15-minute chart? If you mark this week, sorry, not that week, it should be here. This week to that week, this is the -2 standard deviation. So it can reach until this -2 standard deviation. Here, this candle, when it closed above this candle, this is the propulsion block now. So here, this is the propulsion block. So here is an opportunity to take a buy. I'm not interested to take this buy. So here, that candle is the entry. That should be the stop loss, and that can be the target. The new opening gap low, that can be the target. It's little, you see, like 23 handle stop loss. I don't prefer 23 handle stop loss. So I'm not interested to take this entry. This is an opportunity, this is an probability. I'm just not going to grab it because it's in a deep premium now. If it keep going higher, it can keep going higher until this black line here. Just if it was like 15 handle stop loss, I would be in this trade. If it was like 20, 15 handle, or maybe 16, 14, 13 handle stop loss, I would take this risk. But as it is 23 handle stop loss, I'm going to let it go. Even if it works, I'm not going to be frustrated. So why you are outlining it? I'm just showing you how to read this price action. For example, it has taken all the liquidity, make a swing high, shifted the market structure shift, trade the fair value gap, went higher, come back again to trade the order block. See, this order block has been traded here. When market has traded this order block, the highest lowest down close body close candle, which is the propulsion block, trade that propulsion block. Can it reach until this new opening gap low? It's on probability. So I'm not able to take this entry because of the stop loss. Otherwise, I would go for this trade. Now, if I'm not able to trade this area, so what I will do? Either I will let this go, or I will wait to see if it can go below that low, then make another buying opportunity. If you do that, I'll go for that buy. Otherwise, I'm not going to touch this market. I would take this risk if and only if the stop loss was like 14, 15 handle, something like this. If the stop loss was like this, I would be in this trade already. Actually, let me put it over here to see that if it can work or not. That was a good decision in my opinion because I didn't take this entry. I was thinking like this: I'll take the entry and put my stop loss around 15 handle. But I think that's a good idea that I didn't put the button. So if I would love to go for this trade, then stop loss should be below the propulsion block, one tick below the propulsion block, which I'm not able to take because of the stop loss. I didn't move my stop loss, brother. I just told you what I was thinking. I was thinking that I will take this entry and I will put my stop loss around 15 handle. If I would do that, I would get stopped out because my stop loss has to cover at least this propulsion block. See this low? At least that low should be covered by my stop loss. So as it is like 22 handle, 23 handle, I didn't go for this trade. As I told, if until this area, if it was 15 handle, at least 15 handle, I would take this risk. I just told that, okay, I didn't move my stop loss. I don't move my stop loss or I don't make it bigger. Yeah, I trail my stop loss like this, but never make it bigger, 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 bigger. I don't do it. This is the real setup that should be like this. Entry here, stop loss there, target at least nude opening gap low is the partial, and then this is gonna be my target. That gonna be my target. I didn't push my button because of the stop loss because I can be wrong. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe market want to fall. In that type of situation, I will get a huge loss. More than 20 handle is for me it's huge loss. I don't like to take those type of loss. For me, until 20 handle, it's bearable. At the same time, when I'm chasing the price, obviously it's very dangerous. That is the gap I wanna say unfilled. If it really would love to go higher, this gap should be unfilled. Obviously by this candle. Okay, it has been filled by this specific candle, so this is not gonna be the unfilled gap anymore. I have to wait for that unfilled gap again because the third candle, if it close this gap 100%, that's not gonna be the unfilled gap I was looking for. I need another gap that should be look like unfilled. What is the importance of that unfilled gap? If you find an unfilled gap after trading order block or the propulsion block, that is your confidence that market is keep going higher with speed. If it doesn't make this type of unfilled gap, that means either market will go higher with sloppy move or it will reverse. Anything can happen. To be honest, I don't want to see that it will reverse from here. It should at least reach until the low of this new opening gap, even if it wants to reverse. Good morning, Minato. I'm not convinced yet. Okay, it should not reverse from this random level, though it's not random because from 15 minute chart I have gap here. It's not random, but to be honest, when I have the nude opening gap, it should reach at least until the nude opening gap low. Let's see how it is going to work. Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you are new. So far, we have got an winning trade for 25 handle. Now we are waiting for another opportunity to see if it works or not. This is a possibility as well. That means an entry setup. I just didn't push the button because of the stop loss. But this is an entry setup where I should go. I didn't go because of the stop loss. If it was 15 handle, I was in this market already. At least until this low, which is my first partial, and then I would hold the trade until this black line, until that line. So until this area is my first partial, which is 25 handle as well. For some of you, it's more than enough for being profitable. Yesterday first, no worries, man. Tomorrow is another opportunity, not tomorrow. The day after tomorrow is another opportunity for the first presented gap. Observe it, take it as yours, and then enjoy. Enjoy the freedom. Little more, little more, little more. At least give me the partial. So let's see if this gap can be unfilled. Okay, so if this gap is unfilled, if there is a gap and that gap is unfilled, I believe that this market will reach until for this line. If it can make a gap here by this candle and the next candle doesn't close that gap 100%, then I believe that it will reach at least until this line. You have to go to the 5 p.m. closing and 6 a.m. opening. If there is a gap, that is the new opening gap. This gap is from long before actually, not from here, not from today. This gap is from Thursday. This is the gap from Thursday. As market didn't work with this gap, as you can see, single pass here, and now market is reaching for that gap as little work here, little bit, okay, very small. Boom. This is the second time market is reaching. That's why I kept it here. Okay. There you go. The partial has been taken, and this gap, if it is unfilled, I believe that this market will reach at least until the. So I want to see this is unfilled by this candle. It should not close this gap 100%. I want to see this market will reach until this area. 25 handle here, okay? It's more than enough for being profitable. It's more than enough. You don't need that 65 handle. But I want to see it will reach for this 65 handle over there. If it can leave this gap open, unfilled, at least one tick should be unfilled. Then it will reach until this black line. So this candle didn't close this fair value gap. I'm pretty much sure that this guy is going for this area and it's not going to break this new opening gap low. So it will use this low as a support and then it will go higher. Let's see. Guys, what did I say? Remember from the beginning, what did I say? I'm observing this gap, this 15-minute gap. If it can hold the price, I believe that this market will reach for this -2 standard deviation. But here I have to take a partial around the new opening gap low because it's a very strong level, you know that, right? So I have to take a partial here. I would love to hold my trade until this black line, which is -2 standard deviation. If and only if this 15-minute candle hold the price. Here I told that if it is 15 handle for me, okay, it's not for you, it's for me. If it was 15 handle, I was in this trade. As it is 22 handle, I'm just not pushing the button, but this is an opportunity to take the entry. Until this area should be the partial, this should be the target. I'm not in this trade because it's 22 handle or 23 handle, near about 23 handle. So far it has provided me 33 handle so far. Okay, here until this area. You can see how many handle it has provided already. 31 handle right now. What else do you need? Honestly, this nude opening gap low will work as a support the way it has used as a support, and then it will reach until this black line. So this candle open, trade lower, closed there. Next candle open, went higher, come back again to the low of this nude opening gap, make it support. Can you see the support? Closed there. This candle opened, started to go higher. I love to see that. Here is another problem actually. Can be little thing, okay, little reaction you can see from this 50% of that nude opening gap. So this is the 50% of that nude opening gap. You can, maybe you will see some kind of reaction from there. Maybe, I'm not sure. This is the 50%. I believe that it will reach at least until this black line. So that is -2 standard deviation from 15-minute chart. I showed you at the beginning. How much did it provide me? 46 handle. Here you can see 46 handle. Look at the power of this unfilled gap. When it is unfilled, okay, the third candle, this is the third candle. When this candle didn't fill this gap, look at the expansion. See the expansion, how beautiful the expansion is. That is why this unfilled gap is important. Walaikum salam, ever Bangladesh. I'm fine, man. Thanks for asking. What about you, brother? From here, first presented gap, how much it has provided? It's 87. Yeah, until this area, it's gonna be 100 handle. Let's see if it can provide us 100 handle or not. Merry Christmas, Caesar. How are you, brother? Ketan, it is more than 5 days, but as I showed you one more time, let me show you this why it is still over there. This is the first time market has made this first presented gap, then worked with this portion. See, just this portion has been worked. So if I mark a line here until this area, sorry, not there, here, until this small portion of this area is actually balanced or repriced. This portion of the area has been repriced. Okay, here. This is the repriced area here. Below this area, this whole area is a gap. Now what happened when market came to this gap? Look how it went. It just took, give me the sell side. See this sell side. Remember, this is just a gap. This is a whole gap around this area. This is the gap. In that gap, market has provided me only the sell side delivery. I still need the buy side delivery, at least for this portion of this gap, not the upper portion. If it go upper portion, it's cool, but at least for this lower portion of this gap, I need the buy side delivery because it's still unused. Okay, that's why I kept this area open here. I mean, I still hold this what to say, I mean the new day opening gap over there. Okay, it's little struggling to reach here, but I believe that it will reach until this line. So let's see if it can reach over there or not. Okay, no worries, man. If the gap is not efficient, I would love to keep that gap. If it is 100 years, I would love to hold that gap for 100 years. Okay. If it is inefficient, not efficient, then, like as I showed you, this portion of the gap is efficient, but this portion of the gap, now here, this small portion of this gap is still buy side inefficient. This area is still buy side inefficient here, this small portion. So I want to see some buy side delivery here. Don't get confused by all of these lines or all of this box. I will remove them. Okay. So this is the nude opening gap high. This is the nude opening gap low. This portion of the area market worked already. It's efficient already. The lower portion of this gap is was still buy side inefficient. Now market has provided me the buy side until this area. This whole area I need the bull candle. This whole yellow area I need the green candle here. If I get that green candle, I will remove this nude opening gap tomorrow. Okay, good morning, folks. I missed all the action. You didn't miss anything, Murshad. I hope that just passed my first 75K challenge. Congratulations, Swift. Yeah, so it didn't even used as high, mid, low, as rejection or support. So makes sense. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Something like that. I need something. It will work with this gap. I need something. Okay. So if I get that, then perfect. There you go, almost there. This is the 50%. Okay, this, remember, this is the 50% of that nude opening gap. So I told that it can provide you some kind of reaction. I want to see body close above that line. If it close above that line, remember how did I use the low? I will use the same way, this 50% of that nude opening gap. I would love to use it like the same way until this black line. But for that, I need some kind of body close above that line first. If the body doesn't close, it can be respected and then market can fall a little bit. Okay, we'll see. I'm going to remove this yellow line. I'm gonna keep this one only. Okay. Look at the reaction from the 50% of that nude opening gap. So I want to see a body close above that line, and then it will use this as a support until this black line. Then we'll see if it can keep going higher or not. Almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. Good morning, Jack. I'm cool, Stacks. How are you, brother? It was my best day. Thank you for everything, bro. You helping me. Okay, if I am helping you, thank you so much, brother. And the boom. Okay, so I'm going to remove this box again from my chart. What is this gap? I forgot about that gap. Oh, okay, I don't need this one as well. So let it clean. Look at the reaction from this black line. Just look at the reaction from that black line. It is not there after seeing this. Okay, it's here for a long time. Let me show you one more time because some people actually joined me later, so they can think that what is that black line? How did you know that market is reaching for that line? Low, sorry, low, high, lower low. This is the last time when market has made the lower low. Look here, market didn't make the lower low. No lower low, no lower low. This low and that low, they are exactly the same low. So I don't need to worry about this. No other lower low except this one. So if this is the last time market has made the lower low and now it is bullish, how far maximum it can reach? I will go, actually show me, low, high, lower low, body to body. I want to go to body to body. Okay, the lowest to body, highest to body. If I go to the body to body, then I need the confirmation from minus 1.5 standard deviation, which is here, or minus 2.5 standard deviation, which is over here. Now actually I have a lot of lines there. Let me actually remove those lines. Just a second. Okay, perfect. And let me, perfect. Now look over here. I would love to go for body. Guys, this is for learning. Okay, please pay attention. I marked the body to body and try to predict, can market reach until minus 1 point, remember minus 1.5 standard deviation, minus 2.5 standard deviation. When the body has closed above minus 2.5 standard deviation and I went from body to body, I have to switch it to week to week. But before switching it, look at the minus 1.5 standard deviation, how it is working as a support. Minus 2.5 standard deviation, how it is going to work as a support. Remember, first time, then price. It should be supported inside the time. That means 7 a.m. is the starting. So that is the kill zone, newer kill zone. This candle has started to work around the kill zone here. Then how it is working as a support, minus 2.5 standard deviation. Worked it as a support, went higher. Perfect. Now, it went through that minus 2.5 standard deviation. I don't care about minus 3 standard deviation. So I would love to go week to week because market went through that range. So I'm going to go week to week. When I'm going through that week to week, there is two level, minus 1 standard deviation, minus 2 standard deviation. Okay, so it should be little above, I guess. If I'm not wrong, am I right? Yeah, I think it will be little above. It should be there, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I guess that should be that minus 2 standard deviation here. So I would love to see this market will go until that minus 2 standard deviation, at least until to minus 2 standard deviation. Now it, you can see it's left it for little bit. uh, isn't it acceptable, brother? Isn't it awesome? Not tick by tick, but still, isn't it awesome? I don't know why it's now changed, because previously it was perfect. I guess there is some problem. Oh, okay, it was right. I am right. I am right. That is another line. I don't know what is that line. That is another line. I don't know what is that line. This is minus 2.5 standard deviation. So I'll put it exactly to the same number, 21,938. See, minus 2 standard deviation is 21,938. So I'll keep it here, 21,938. 938.00. Control Alt Control C, Control V. Okay. So this is minus 2 standard deviation. Okay. I'm going to remove this standard deviation line from here now. As you can see, it reached here exactly to that minus 2 standard deviation. Went little higher. If you go to 1 minute chart, I believe that you will get the perfect high. If it is the highest high, you will get that over there. Okay. So this is how I predict that high. It can reach until that high. Isn't it beautiful? I was looking for that low to find out that it is the extreme low. So I went here. But the problem is, if I go for like low, sorry, high, low, higher high, it has made another high, low, higher high. So I tried to mark that leg, which leg I should mark, but it went through this leg. See this is the minus 3 standard deviation. Even if I go for week to week, it's already outside of the minus 2 standard deviation. So I had to go with the ICT's way, the way ICT marked high, low, higher, high. He marked the retracement or liquidity leg. So if I go to retracement or the liquidity leg, body to body, here is the body. If I'm not wrong, let me check it. Yeah, that is the lowest body here, and that is the highest body here. Okay. So when I go body to body, minus 1.5 and minus 2.5 standard deviation is the most important level. So I'm going to mark the minus 2 standard deviation here. Sorry, minus 2.5, not minus 2. Minus 2.5. Remember, minus 1, minus 2. Minus 1.5, minus 2.5, because I went body to body. That is that minus 2.5 standard deviation exactly. Why I went for this leg? Because this leg wasn't support the price. This leg, the standard deviation finished here and market went through the level. So I went for the manipulation leg. According to ICT, I went for that manipulation leg. Reached for minus 2.5 standard deviation here, exactly over there, and here minus 2.5 standard 2 minus 2 standard deviation over there. So now let's see if it can fall for all of this liquidity. That is my intention to see right now. What else do you need, brother? Isn't it so beautiful? Oh man, okay. Thank you, John, for that boom, man. I love that word, boom. I love the penguin. Thank you guys for providing those boom and penguin, man. Thank you so much. What part Bangladesh are you from, bro? Exxon, do you know Bangladesh? First, let me know if you know the Bangladesh or not. I'm from the southest part, just beside the Bay of Bengal and the mangrove forest, the biggest mangrove forest all over the world. So my home country, sorry, hometown, just beside the mangrove forest. It's like 30 kilometers away from the mangrove forest, and maybe like 40 to 50 kilometers away from the Bay of Bengal. The wizard is too good. Thank you, Outlander. Why not be pursuing, bro? I don't understand your question. What is that? Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button. It's like giving your favorite YouTuber a virtual high five, but without the risk of accidentally slapping him in the face. What was that, Tamimi? Accidentally slapping him in the face. Don't slap me, man. I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. When I'm bored in this Christmas Eve, let's ask some professional questions. Titu, where are you from and for how long you have been trading the ICT concepts? First of all, don't call me sir. I will reply to your question, but before that, I want to say what I'm willing to see right now. I want to see that it will respect that minus 2 standard deviation and it will fall now for this sell side liquidity for the first, and then this clean sell side liquidity here, that area. So that is my intention right now, to see if I get any kind of opportunity to take sell, I'll go for that. But for that, all I need body close below this new day opening gap low from the 15-minute chart. If the 15-minute chart body can close below this new day opening gap low, I'll start to frame the sell setup. All other area, I'll let this go. If and only if market takes some liquidity, then give me some kind of bull run. Maybe I will try to catch another buy until this new opening gap high, which I'm not interested to take, because this new opening gap high is the breaker block high from the daily chart. Daily bearish gap 50% is that new opening gap high. I don't want to see it will reach until this level. So I want to see it will reverse from this random level. Okay, that is a random level. I want to see it is going to reverse from that random level, and I want to keep the new opening gap 50% as well, because it's important. So I would love to mark the 50%. So that is the 50% of that new opening gap. Okay, so here that is one candle closed above this one, very next candle come back and close below the consonant crossment of that new opening gap, come back again, trade that consonant crossment. Here is an opportunity to take a sell from this gap until the new opening gap low. So if market doesn't reach here, instead reaching here, if it tap here and take me, I would love to take a sell from there to until this new opening gap low. It's a very, before taking me, if it tap here, I'm not interested anymore to take that sell. So this is another opportunity. Not going for this one as well because I want to need some kind of confirmation that market is falling now. And that confirmation is 15-minute candle close below the new day opening gap. If I get that confirmation, then I'll go for this. Why I'm talking about this? Because the stop loss is, you can see, very small. But to be honest, my stop loss should be there here, which is 20 handle or maybe 15 handle. I don't appreciate it, so I would love to put it here around this area, not here. Okay, actually, unfortunately, it tapped to this low, so this entry is not valid anymore. If before tapping here, if it could tap to this gap, I would go for that sell for this new opening gap low. Actually, I'm from Bangladesh. I'm from Khulna. If any of you know about Bangladesh, you know Khulna. It's the southern part of our country. So beautiful city, very small, not that much crowd over there. Very nice city, okay. And I'm especially from Bagerhat. It's a district inside that Khulna division. And yeah, I live in Portugal. I came Europe in Denmark first for completing my bachelor. After completing my bachelor, I moved to Portugal because something is very easy here to get the, the card or the passport from here. It's really too easy to get it. So actually, I am living in Portugal, but to be honest, I spent most of my time in Bangladesh. I just came here, and I believe that very soon I'll be back in Bangladesh again. I'm trading from 2017, uh, I guess March or April. I don't remember, but I'm trading from 2017. Now it is almost 2025, so near about 8 years. Yeah, near about 8 years. I didn't know about ICT himself. I came to this trading by researching investing. So my main intention is invest. I don't like trading. I don't I'm not a fan of trading. I'm a fan of investing. Still I need huge money for investing. Look over here. It tapped to this new opening gap low. Now it is going higher. That is why I'm not able to take the sell from this gap now because it has already reached in a certain level. Now this piece of information, you are seeing it like you missed that entry. But if you focus here, what I'm telling here, then it will be helpful for you using the gap or entry next time. I told that if market failed to reach until this low, I will take the sell from this gap until that low. Why is that? Because this low is a strong support. When it tapped here, look at the reaction from this new opening gap. If I would love to take, I would love to take a buy from there. See this candle, down close candle, I want to take a buy from there. So let me push the button here. Stop loss is gonna be below this area. Target profit is going to be the constant encroachment here. So around this area. This is just to show you. I'm not interested to look for sell anymore. I'm interested to look for buy again. Why? Market has taken that liquidity. See, this liquidity has been taken here. Liquidity has been taken. Market came here, trade the new day opening gap low. Now, this down close body close candle has traded the fair value gap, which is the entry gap. This new day opening gap low is the entry gap. The 50% of that gap, new day opening gap, is the entry gap. The high of this new day opening gap is the entry gap. This down close body close candle has traded this entry gap, has validated this candle as an order block. I prefer to go for a buy until a certain level. What is the certain level? Do you have any liquidity here? No, I don't have. So what is the next level? The next level, which is going to be my target, is this constant encroachment of that new day opening gap. I want to see this candle will reach at least until this constant encroachment of that new day opening gap. If it can go through this, then my target will be this new day opening gap high. As it has reached until this this minus 2.5 to standard deviation, I don't want to see that it will go higher. I want to see it will keep falling. Now if I would love to take a sell, what I need, all I need a 15-minute candle close below this nude opening gap. If I get that, then I will be able to look for a sell. Until then, when market is here inside this nude opening gap, don't try to take any kind of entry inside this range, because every level of this range is important. What do I mean by every level? This is the high of that nude opening gap. This is the low of this nude opening gap. See this upper quadrant, lower quadrant, they are extremely strong. Then if you cover that upper quadrant and lower quadrant into four line, they are important. Every single level are the important. Divide them into four quadrant. Divide them into four quadrant. They are important. So in this area, which level is gonna be support or which level is gonna work as an resistance, I don't know. So I should not enter into this market when market is inside the last fair value gap or nude opening gap or new week opening gap, because it can be reversed or it can be reacted from any level. Around this area, what is more preferable? I am just explaining this one. Why the selling is not preferable. Here, why was the selling was preferable? Why the buying is not preferable? I'm just explaining. Do you get that point? If you get that point, perfect. If you don't get it, please watch that part one more time. You'll understand why selling was here important until market reach here. When market reach here, why buying is more convenient until this consonant crossment. Then it will go through this. We'll take the partial here and maybe we'll hold our trade as long as you want. But that should be the partial area. Whatever it is, I hope that you will get that point. If you get that point, your congratulations. If you don't get it, I'm sorry. This should work as a propulsion block, because this candle has traded this order blocks. It should work as a propulsion block and send it the price at least here. At the same time, remember -2 standard deviation is holding the price, so it can simply reverse. After trading here, it can simply reverse. So no need to rush, just watch this price. What I was talking about in 2017, I didn't know anything about ICT himself, and I started to observe this market or everything from 2016, last of 2016. Okay, so around this area I was pretty much interested about investing, but for investment we need a lot of money. I didn't have that much money, so I started to think about how can I earn the money. For me, trading is the easiest way to earn the money. So I started to study trading, how to trade, and in the meantime, I was watching which one is more convenient, trading or investing. So if you research it in YouTube, you will get that most of the people will say that investing is 1,000 times better than uh, what to say, I mean the trading, because it's too convenient and too easy. You have to just analyze the, I mean, what about the investing, but it's 1,000 times easier than trading. So they prefer, please go for the investing instead of trading. For investing we need money. I don't have the money, so I need the money. How can I get that money? Obviously from trading. Now I started to study the trading. How can I be the profitable trader? I remember that 3 to 4 months I studied all the animal pattern, like butterfly, hidden shoulder, uh, then there are some other pattern as well. Right now I don't remember all of the name, but I studied them like 3 to 4 months, and I was feeling so confident. Started trading, got near about $1,100 profit, near about 1,100 euro, actually not dollar, 1,100 euro profit by 3 to 4 months. Now I can understand that I was extremely lucky. That was a bull or bear market, I don't remember. I was just taking the buy or sell according to the trend. I was just doing that for 3 months, and it's too easy. Okay, it was like a extremely trending market. 1100 euro profit. Then I stopped trading because it's not like enough for me, and 3 month 1,100 euro is nothing, because I was getting more salary by my job. So I stopped trading. But after a few days, I started trading again in retail concept, and I lose some money. Okay, and when I started to lose the money, I lose a lot of money, like maybe 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, like something like whatever I got the salary, I put it to the account broker. I was using XNXS, that that XNS, what was that name? EXN, something like that. Not the site, by the way. XN, something like that was the name of that broker, and I lose like 3 4,000. I don't remember exactly how much I lose. I lost all of them, and then I found out that it's not something I'm looking for. So in 2018, first I heard about ICT himself by, I mean, looking for the best strategy. I was looking for the best strategy, and ICT was not familiar in that time. Okay, he was not familiar like right now. So I found the demand and supply and demand. Okay, and from there, first I learned about the order block fair value gap. I didn't know this is the ICT concepts. I thought this is the supply and demand concept or something like that. But it was not convincing because the way they are showing the entry or something like that. They took the buy here, their stop loss is too tight like this, and their profit is something like this, something like that. Okay, so this was their setup. It was not so convincing because when I started to try them, most of the time I get stopped out. So I find out that they are actually doing some scam. This is a bullshit things. So I had an idea about the order block at fair value gap. They're the bullshit. They're not for using. Okay? They're for scamming. But still, I was looking for something good. In 2019, I started to watch ICT himself because I found him. He is the author of this order block fair value gap everything. So I started to pay attention. But in my mind, it was settled that this is all a scam. So I wasn't paying attention over there. And yeah, I entered his mentorship for 3 months. But to be honest, after 3 months, I just gave up because it was not working for me, and it was not like that much easy right now because after 2022 YT model, this is fully clear to me. But until 2022, it was like scamming. It is something useless. You can't use this concept. This is is extremely strong. Nobody can use this concept. This is all hindsight, something like that. It was my feelings about ICT concepts in 2019, 2020, 2021, something like that. But I keep coming here to observing because sometimes it would work. Okay, like now these times, if I take 100 entries, maybe 70 or 80 entries will work if I put my stop loss in a logical level, and if I don't trail my stop loss. Out of 180, 80 trade will be the winning trade. But in that time, out of 100, I got like 5 to 6 winning trade, maximum 5 to 6 winning trade, and I was feeling good because as it is working, I am outlining this and it is working actually. Yeah, Xness, that was the name of that broker. Xness, forget, okay, it is long time ago in 2017, 18, long time ago. So I actually forgot that it was Xness. Absolutely, brother, thank you for that. Okay, what did you say? Why my nude opening at low is at 21916.5 and your is 2921899.25? I should be right. I don't know. Yeah, this is the closing. See this closing? That is the low, that is the high. Now it can be different because if you go to the daily chart, see here on the right bottom, there is ETH. Okay, so if you sorry, not ETH, actually the set button. If you use that set button on, there can be a little different. Let me check actually from 15 minutes one more time. Let me check. If you set the one, toggle it one, then is it going to be the same? 21899.25. 21899.25. Yeah, it's because your chart is set is toggled one. Okay, set. I don't use it one. It's off. I don't know you can see it or not. SET. If you go to daily chart, you will see there is a word SET. If you toggle it off, then your line and my line will be the same. I kept it close. I don't use it. Like, I don't toggle it on. I always kept it off. Okay, I hope that brother you got your answer. You have to go to your daily chat and then you have to look over there. It has taken the liquidity, keep going higher, how far it can reach maximum in the new day opening gap high, or this constant, I mean, sorry, what until that area, or this area. We'll see, okay, how it is going to reach. Right now, taking entry or buy is absolutely chasing the price. I'm not interested to chase the price anymore. For me, it's done. For me, it's done. My first opportunity is here from the first presented gap. Second opportunity is here from this propulsion block. This is the two entry I can see. I'm not able to take this entry because of the stop loss. If the stop loss was 15 handle, I was in this trade. I would take the partial here. I would close my trade there around this black line. I'm done for the day. And this one I took just to show you why I was looking for sell, then why I started to look for buy. Just to show you, it's not my entry. Don't think that this is my entry, I would go for that trade. No, I wouldn't go for that trade. I just showed you how I can change the situation or change my bias after seeing something specific. Just to show you, I took that entry. Otherwise, this is not my trade. I have only two opportunity. First presented gap entry, buy entry, and second entry is over here from this propulsion block. Otherwise, I don't have any other entry yet. Here I prefer an entry if I get a market structure shift. So if there is a market structure shift, clean market structure shift, maybe I would go for that trade, but not obviously not from the order block, by the way. Thanks, bro. No problem. Continue your journey. Thank you. Yeah, I will. Okay. Can you do standard deviation on 1 minute on that last breaker block? 100% I can do it. So from body to body, minus 1.5 standard deviation is my first priority here. And second is minus 2.5 standard deviation, which is aligned with the new opening gap high. Exactly to that new opening gap high is the minus 2.5 standard deviation. And if I go to week to week, then minus 1 standard deviation is here and minus 2 standard deviation is here. So what I was talking about. But remember, I'm observing this black line. Okay, still I'm observing it. You can see it's broken. No, it's not broken. From 15-minute chart, it has to be broken from 15-minute chart. Then and only then this is gonna be invalid. Minus 2 standard deviation. So still I'm observing this minus 2 standard deviation. Can it hold the price, send the market lower again or not? I'm just observing this minus 2 standard deviation. At the same time, the constant encroachment. So nobody yet closed above the constant encroachment. Still, it is holding it. Okay. What I was talking about, I forgot what I was there. Oh, ICT concepts. So around that time, when I wasn't a believer of ICT, but around 2022, you were talking about girls in Portugal. Oh man, that C is the 50% of that new day opening gap. That is the 50% of that new day opening gap. Oh no, I'm not interested about the Portuguese girls. They're so cute, by the way. Guys, don't forget to push the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you are new, don't forget to do that. Okay, the new day opening gap hold the price. As you can see for dollar index, it has taken those liquidity over here. The liquidity has been taken here. then the way we are explaining, okay, this market started to go higher. So where when the dollar index is going higher, it should keep falling, but it's also going higher, which is a low resistance, high resistance liquidity run. I don't like to prefer to trade in that area. It should keep falling because the dollar index is extremely bullish. As you can see, it has taken that liquidity. This new opening gap is still holding the price. It's a big bull candle. I believe that it will go through this last gap and it will reach at least until this gap, bearish gap, consequent crossment. That is my intention to see for the dollar index. And when it is bullish, I prefer this one will start to fall. This dollar index, sorry, Nasdaq will start to fall. That is my intention to see. So I'm only interested about selling, not buying. Record a video about trading bio and your experiences in that way. That's too fascinating to know which strategies you have used to find this as your last way of trading method. I have used a lot of things. To be honest, I have used a lot of things. I was a full retail trader and it was very difficult for me to get rid of those retail concepts. To be honest, but now this time those retail concepts helped me a lot. Some of you can think that you have started that ICT concepts like 3 months, 6 months, and yeah, in the YouTube you will see that some people started that for 1 year and they are profitable. The bullshit. It's nearly impossible. You need time. You need time. If you are extremely genius and you sacrifice your all of your time for these concepts, maybe you will be able to look for the profit after 6 months. I'm talking like maybe out of 24 hours you are spending 20, 18, 16, 17, 18 hours just to study this. Then and only then, maybe after 6 months you will start to understand these concepts. Otherwise, if you seems like you are coming here, you are observing this price, you are trying to put your knowledge in the chart, it's useless. You have to study it. You have to, I'm not saying that please listen to me or my YouTube channel or anything. No, go wherever you find the best way, study it. Watch a video, take thousands of notes, try to memorize them, one video one time. Start utilizing those information on the real market or the back test, whatever you want to do. Do that for at least 2 to 3 weeks, at least for 1 month, and then you will go to next video to get more information or more, something like more thing. But if you watch like 20 videos in one day and then come to this chart and you say that, brother, I have watched all the ICT's video or all your videos, now I mean like 1 week, you have spent 1 week and watch all the videos, come to this chart, you have just wasted your time, nothing else, just wasted your perfect time. So don't waste your time, instead study them, take thousands notes and use those notes on the chart. This is how you can grow, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's nearly impossible. Watching video, coming to this market, being profitable, never possible. So please make sure that you have studied them. I'm not saying again to watch my video or here. Whoever you like, watch their video, study them. Study means take notes by one video. Let me explain one thing. Yes, to be honest, it's almost done for me today. Okay, at least this morning session should be done. I have outlined two entries. It was good. Okay, so now everything is chasing price. I don't want to chase this price. It's extremely in premium. I'm not interested to chase this price. I believe that it will fall. Now, for falling, all I need a bearish gap. From 15-minute chart, I need a bearish gap. The best case of scenario, I would love to take the sell below the new opening gap low. From there, but if it close out this new opening gap, I'm not able to take look for buy, I'm not able to look for sell. Both of them are impossible for me, so I will wait for next opportunity. Until there is no next opportunity, I'm not interested to trade in this market. If any of you would love to take for buy and sell, go for that, I have no problem. I will just stay here until the next opportunity. So guys, what I wanted to show you, I saw some of your comment. I'm just talking about myself, okay? So I'm not going some other people or some other guys. I'm just going with myself. In our YouTube channel, there is a folder called study folder. Okay, in this study folder, we have like how many videos we have? 26 videos. In this folder, I have 26 videos. So some of you just join our channel and you have watched all of this video by maybe 1 week. It's useless. You have successfully wasted your time. It's not going to help you. Nothing is going to help you. What I would do, I would watch this video every single minute, because I don't, in live I talk too much, but in video I always try to strict with the point. I don't talk too much outside of the concept or outside of the information. Yeah, I repeat the same information again and again, but I don't talk too much outside of the price or the price action. So this 13 minute, in my opinion, is extremely important. You will watch this video, every single sentence, and make sure that you have understand everything. If you get everything from there, you will look for something specific. Now at the beginning, maybe you will think, okay, this is important information, but later when you will be in chart, you will see that this is not important at all. Then what is the next important lesson from this video? You'll watch them, take the notes, come here, either do the back test or do the forward test or the live market, whatever you want to do it, but make sure that you have studied them perfectly. Just didn't watch all of this video. See, this one video, it's more than enough for being profitable. Just this one video, it's more than enough for being profitable. How many? Just 14 minutes. You have to study this video perfectly, exactly. Everything should be understandable for you. Then use that information here. You will get beautiful things. See this gap, 15-minute gap. What is this all about? 15-minute chart, direction, and 1 minute execution. It came to this gap. So when it came to this gap, I will start to look for buying opportunity. Here, this is that same gap. Market came here, went higher, market structure shift, fair value gap, tap. Forget about this first presented gap. Forget about this first presented gap. Came here, took the liquidity, gave you the market structure shift, fair value gap, trade that fair value gap, I'm in the market. Remember this gap here, and I told that if it come here to this order block, so I'm talking about here. If this candle could fall until this area again, that is another buying opportunity. Even if the stop loss is bigger, like 22 handle, I will still go for that trade. If it could come here, because that is the perfect case of scenario. It has came to this order block. I have the higher time frame PDRA here. Right now, this is a random level. This is a perfect random level, so I can't enter here. But if I'm already in the market, I can customize or I can manage my trade. But I can't enter here. So I'm talking about this area. I should not enter in this market. This video is all about that. If you study this video, you need nothing else. Nothing else. It's more than enough. This market structure shift video, you will just watch this video. I know you have watched these two video. Do you ever use that concept? What is the real market structure shift? A swing high, which has a swing high on its left, on its right, or this swing high has to trade a fair value gap. Any of this should be done if you would love to mark a swing high to make it a valid market structure shift swing high. These two all is important for marking a perfect swing high. Do you need this? It's important to avoid the losing trade. If you follow this almost every time, you will see that 80% losing trade you can easily avoid them. But the problem is sometimes you will miss the trade. And when you miss the trade, you get confused and you start to forget about them. You start to focus only the normal things. That's the problem because you miss some trade. Still, it's going higher. I'm not interested to chase this price. Okay, I'll just let this go and would love to see if it can start to fall. My intention to look for any kind of sell now. I'm not interested to look for buy anymore. I'm only interested to look for sell now. If it keep going higher, I'll let everything go. So please watch them. Study them. I'm not saying study this. Go ICT's channel or any other YouTuber you like, or your mentor, whoever you like. Just go to their channel, study their video, use those information here in this chart. This is how you will grow. So when I started in 2022 ICT's 2022 mentorship, trust me, man, I have I hated this concept because I feel like it's an scam. Okay, you can't be profitable by this scam because supply and demand. I mean traders, they made this type of confusion inside of me. So I was confused. But in the meantime, as I told 5 or 6 times, it was giving me the price the way I'm expecting. For example, the way I told it here, it tapped there, it should respect that order block, then it should reach until this area. Right? Market was here. I didn't know what is going to happen, but I was predicting this is going to happen like that way. And when it worked like that way, the feelings is awesome. Trust me, it's not all about the entry, it's all about the feelings. The way I was reading this price, it is working that price like that way. That feelings is awesome. When market perfectly respect that propulsion block, left that unfilled gap open here. See this gap? When it left that open, look at the reaction. But when it filled that gap, will until unfilled gap, it will make consolidation or something like that. So these type of feelings are awesome. I was getting those type of feelings sometimes when I was studying ICTs himself or his channel before 2022, but I wasn't a believer. I was still feeling like this is scam. In 2022, when ICT started his 22 mentorship, at the first video where he explained what he is going to provide me, that is the first time I started to watch ICT with seriousness. That is the first time. The second video of 2022 mentorship, it has changed my whole idea about this concept. Everything has changed by the second video, by 2022 mentorship. Trust me, man, I didn't understand anything by watching all of those videos. Nothing. When I was watching those videos, I was feeling like I get everything, man. Let's go for the market and let's start trading. Fortunately, I didn't have the money in that time. I was really so poor. I was broken. My family was not supporting me. I was in Bangladesh because of some broke up. Okay, I broke up with one girl and I spent a lot of money to her. Lot of money. It's near about 2 million BDT. So I spent a lot of money. I mean, all of my earnings I spent for her. It was huge amount of money. Then I just give up for everything and I go back to my home country. In that, this is that moment, okay, where I was desperate to earning money because I needed money. She cheated me or she betrayed me, something like that, and my family was not respecting me. So it came until this new opening gap high. Remember, this is the daily bearish gap constant encroachment, the top of the daily bearish breaker block. It came until this area. I want to see can it fall now. I'm not going to take any kind of entry over here right now because it is the macro time inside the 1050 to 1110 macro. So I want to wait until the macro. Can market keep falling? If it started to fall, I know that I have a lot of sell side liquidity over there. And this is the manipulation. The market has done the upper manipulation. If it started to go for the lower manipulation, I don't need the price reach here. But if I get the confirmation it is falling now, I would love to take some kind of sell for maybe 30 to 40 handle, something like that, or 20 handle, something like that. But I need to make sure that it is going to fall. Here, remember, it fall, take that liquidity to go higher. The same thing can happen. Fall, take the liquidity, will go higher. It is also possible. So I need the confirmation. Here, this is a possibility to take the sell. Now, it is risky, but it is a possibility to take the sell because it has taken traded that high. See, this high has been traded. Same thing here. The low has been traded here. Remember the buy. This is the same logic here. From this area, this gap, stop loss is going to cover that high, but I'm not able to do that because 17 handle. So I would love to put it here, one tick above that candle, which is 11 handle. My target will be these lows, which is clean lows, relatively equal lows. So can it reach here and come here? Highly risky, but still this is a possibility. But remember, if I want to take a sell, I need a bearish fair value from 15-minute chart now. It's a possibility. Would you love to take that 11 handle loss? Would you love dare to take that loss, 12 11 handle? If you are able to do that, go for that sell. There, stop loss is going to be here. Target profit is gonna be this relatively equal loss here around this area, and partial should be this constant encroachment. I'm going to remove this -2 standard deviation, otherwise it's gonna become confusing. Partial should be this area, but remember it's highly risky. Why is that? Because market is extremely bullish and it fall, take some liquidity. Is it willing to go higher again? I don't know. That's why I care about the stop loss. If the stop loss is small, I'll take that risk because I'm feeling like this market is now going to fall after rejecting from those all of those levels from there. I feel like it will fall now, but I'm not able to take huge risk. So I would love to go for the risk here. 11 handle, I will take that risk. The same logic here, I didn't take that buy because it was extremely huge, 22 handle. So I was not able to take that entry. If it was 11 handle, yeah man, I'm already in this trade. I don't care about anything else. Here, 11 handle, I will take that loss. 11 handle, I know that it's not going to hurt myself. So I will take that risk. If I would love to wait for the setup, all I need to wait for the 15-minute bearish gap. Stopped me out, I'm done for this trade. Why it didn't work? I know why it didn't work. Why it didn't work? Anybody can tell me? Because I didn't wait for these things. It went lower, take that liquidity, going higher again. Perfect. How far it can go? We'll see actually after the end run. We'll see how far it can go, whatever it is. It didn't work. Why did you take that entry? I'm not saying I'm going to take this entry. This entry, that entry, both of them, I would not go for any of this trade. Why? I need the confirmation one. That confirmation is market has to leave this new day opening gap. If it can close below this new day opening gap, I'll start to look for sell again. If it, or maybe if it will make a bearish gap from there, from 15 minutes at bearish gap, then I'll start to look for sell. Until it doesn't reach this level, I'm not interested to go for the any kind of trade. Not even this buy, not even this sell. Nothing. I will have nothing to do. Okay. So this is how I started ICT's 2022 mentorship, and whenever I was watching, now you guys can watch all of his video by one day. But in that moment, he was just posting it in a week, one or two videos in a week. So you are not able to watch all the videos. We didn't know what is coming next. So when we watched one video, we had the time to analyze that video. Whenever I watched that one video, I was feeling like I am the king of this chart. When I came to this real price action, oh man, what is this? I'm a deep ocean. There is no, like no sight of the end of that ocean. I don't know what is going to happen here. Everything is messy. Every market structure shift doesn't work. Every liquidity taken doesn't work. Everything is messy. I was getting frustrated, and then when ICT posted his next video, I was getting inspired again. Next video, inspired again. Frustrating, inspiring, frustrating. This is how I was going. I was going like until 11 September in 2022. Remember, I'm already with ICT concepts for near about 3 to 4 years. 3 years, near about 3 years. I'm already with ICT concepts. I was watching his videos. In that time, the core content wasn't there. Okay, so all of the core content wasn't there. I started to look for those core content from the Telegram channel. Some people are leaking those videos. So I was trying to catch them. I downloaded them. I studied them. Everything was so difficult, and we are using the MT4 chart, not this trading view. See, in MT4 it's really so difficult to mark all of the things. It was very difficult. In 2022, we started this trading view. I started this trading view for the first time in 2022. This is how I started to watch, and so far I remember that I have watched ICT's 2024-22 mentorship near about 16 to 17 times. all the videos from beginning to the end, or without speed up, without anything. I keep watching them, keep watching them, keep watching. What is missing? What is missing? And finally, I find out just one thing is missing. After watching those times, times, how many hours I have spent to watch those videos, man. Finally, I found out in 2022 in September, near about September, the missing part, the missing gem, and that is bias. If you know what is your direction, rest of all are going to work. If you don't know how to look for the direction, this whole concept is going to collapse. It's not going to help you. Nothing is going to help you. You have to know your direction. Now, if you know your direction, entry is just a matter of time. You will get your entry opportunity anytime you want. All you need to know what is the direction. After the direction, I find out the most important thing is narrative. How every single day market is going to work. Now, it's not in ICT's 2022 mentorship, the narrative, it's not over there. So I studied this, like lot of things I studied all together, then I made that narrative folder in a simple way. There is thousands type of narrative, but that is the easiest one, and most of the time it's going to work. So I guess it will keep going higher. It has taken that low trade until this last gap from 1 minute chart here. That last gap, traded that last gap. Now keep going higher. How far it will go, I don't know. It's in extreme premium now. I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy, and I'm not interested to look for sell again until price come back again and closed below this new opening gap. I'm not interested to look for sell as well. So here I will do nothing. But let me check about the minus 1.5, minus 2.5. It went through this minus 1.5. So let me go to the week to week. For week to week, minus 1 and minus 2 is the important. So next level is minus 2. From minus 1.5, it can give me some kind of reaction. From minus 1.5, it can give me another reaction. So for example, if I want to take a buy, I would love to take a buy from this new opening gap high. From there, I would love to hold my trade for this area until this minus 2.5. Stop loss is going to cover the lowest down close body close candle, which is the order block. That is going to be covered by the stop loss. So that can be an entry opportunity from this new opening gap high to until this minus 1.5 standard deviation. I'm not interested for this. I'm just showing you what I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking that it will come from here to here. It's not about entry. Entry is just part of this game when everything is in line. This is a probability. This is a possibility. Would you love to go for that possibility? It's up to you. I'm not interested to go for this possibility. Not even this one, not even that one. Because they are just possibility. I am reading the price over here. I have nothing to do here. I would love to let this go. It is all called chasing price. I'm not chasing the price. If I push the button here, that is called chasing the price. If I push the sell button here, that is called going against the trend without the confirmation. What is the confirmation? 15-minute bearish gap. Without 15-minute bearish gap, no sell is valid. So everything is, I'm showing you just to make sure that you're getting the point. What is the thinking in a certain level? What should I think? This reaction can send the price maximum for that order block, then it will go higher again. That is my belief. Yep, I know it has reached until the daily bearish gap 50%, breaker block high, and new opening gap high. All of this area it reached until those areas. No, I don't use internal and external liquidity, so I don't know how to use them, to be honest. Mm, MNQ is better for for 50K account. MNQ is better because one NQ is expensive for 50K account, and most of the time you won't be able to take the entry because of the volatility. When there will be a better opportunity, you won't be able to take that entry around the around because of the volatility, and yeah, from NQ you won't be able to use that. So it's better to use the MNQ uh, if you are using 50K account, please don't push the button here. I told you what I'm looking for. I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy. I'm only interested to look for sell, if and only if this market provide me any kind of bearish opportunity or bearish gap here. The best case of scenario, if it close below this new opening gap. Now think about that. If the market would love to fall, if you are thinking that this is going to fall, you are not going to miss it, right? It is going to fall. That means it is going to close below this new opening gap. I would love to wait until that new opening gap low. Then I will start to look for sell. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for sell. Buying is not valid for me because it is in extreme premium. I'm not interested to look for buy. I'm done for that buy. It seems like that market is now falling, right? From this gap, it is now falling. I would love to take a sell 100%. No, I'm not interested to look for sell here. No sell is valid for me because of the confirmation. I didn't have the confirmation over here. So I am not interested to look for sell. Can't look for buy because it is in extreme premium now. It's like over here, a perfect area to reverse. A perfect area. That line, new opening gap high, is the perfect area for reversal. If it break that 2 to minus 2 standard deviation, then I have to go for another leg. If I don't have another leg, then I have to change the time frame. So from 15-minute chart, I will go to hourly chart to look for the standard deviation. If it break that minus 2 standard deviation and keep going higher, then either I have to look for another leg where I can mark the standard deviation, or I have to change the time frame. So from 15-minute chart, I'll go to hourly chart to look for another standard deviation. But to be honest, I'm not interested for that because I'm feeling that it will fall now because it has reached until the last line here. Let me show you this. You'll get it. So this is the daily chart, and if you see, this is the daily bearish gap. It reached until the 50% of that daily bearish gap. So this is the area I don't want to see body close above that line. If it close above that line, I will have nothing to do until market either break that fair value gap here or closed below this low. I will have nothing to do if it close above that constant crossment. So obviously fake breakout, we will talk about that. I mean, one body closed, the next body actually closed below. That is the fake breakout. We'll talk about that later. But to be honest, I don't want to see any body close above that dotted line, which is the 50% of that bearish gap. Instead of this bearish gap, I have the breaker block: high, low, higher, high. This is that breaker block. So I want to mark that breaker block as well. This is the high of that breaker block. So let me mark it: high to low. This consecutive breaker block. You can see the top of that breaker block and the 50% of that daily bear gap are around the same level. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, or the most good way, let me make it 15-minute. Yeah. Look at this high, okay? This high and the new day opening gap high are around the same level. So all of this area, that daily gap 50%, breaker block top, and new day opening gap high, they are all situated around the same level. See here, around the same level. So it's a strong zone for reversal. I want to see that this market is going to reverse now. So I'm not interested to mark for another standard deviation level. Instead, I would love to see, can it fall now? If it keep going higher, maybe then we'll see it uh, next time. But I'm not interested to look for buy now as it is in deep premium. It has to take some retracement, or it has to take some liquidity. Even if it would love to go higher, it should do that before going higher. Otherwise, I'm not interested. Alaikum salam, Katie Khan. If I only risk $125 and 1 is to 2 RR, then it needs 12 winning trades in a row to pass the account. That's cool. Okay. Look at this dollar index, extremely bullish. So when it is extremely bullish, it should be extremely bearish. If they are not supporting each other, that is the area you should not trade. It is bullish the way we explained, right? It has taken that relatively equal lows. This is not going to be broken. It will go through this last gap and then finally it will reach here. That was our expectation for dollar index. Dollar index is fulfilling our expectation. Now, Nasdaq, what should it do? It should keep falling. But it is going higher as well with the dollar index. Dollar index is bullish. This is the 15-minute chart from dollar index. Look at the last few candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 7 candles are the bullish candle from 15-minute chart. Now look here for the Nasdaq. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Except this one, every single candle is a bull candle for Nasdaq as well. So when they are going all together the same way, it is the low probable area to trade. I don't love to trade in this low probable area. Instead, I would love to stay out of this area. And to be honest, in one day, never ever expect that you are going to get a lot of winning trade. That's why I keep saying, if you find a winning trade, perfect. Stop over there. If you found any winning trade here, you should stop over there. And I love to take the entry from the beginning or from the bottom. I would love to take the buy from the bottom. I love to take the sell from the top. This is the way I love to trade in between those legs. For example, this run started here, finished there. I don't want to trade here. I don't want to trade because this is the area where I would love to look for sell. Okay, guys, 140 people are watching, 82 likes. Can you please make 100 likes, please? If you have no problem, please push the like button and make it 100 at least. 144 people are watching, I guess. Thank you so much. If you are my yeah, I can see that some of you have subscribed to our channel as well. 9341. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel as well. This candle fall again, took that low, which was my, in my opinion, that was the order block, but it has been broken here, took that low, made another lowest low or down close body close candle, trade that down close body close candle. Now here is the order, sorry, propulsion block, another opportunity to take the buy. Please don't go for that, it's for our learning. Another buy. Stop loss is here around this area. Target maybe, where can be the target, like make it 20 handle, just randomly make it 20 handle. Okay, this entry and this entry, they are the same entry. This entry and that entry, they are the same entry from this propulsion block here. I guess like there. Stop loss 9 handle, just covered that propulsion block. Target, randomly put it 20 handle, just randomly put it. We are also at the 50% of the daily. Yeah, we are at the daily gap 50%, breaker block top, and due to opening gap high. All of this area is here, and it's extremely bullish. So let's see if it can keep going higher and for the making the all-time high again instead of breaking the low. But this week is the lowest probable week. Don't try. I mean, trade. Don't trade over here. At least on this area. Let him first decide where it wants to go. But this entry and that entry, they are the same entry. Hey bro, what's up man? Where were you man? You are just lost. Why is that? Don't say that you are celebrating the Christmas. What I want to see here, I want to see some kind of unfilled gap there. Brother John, late watching from beginning. You mentioned candle at 9:42 a propulsion block. I didn't understand how it is propulsion block. Market has taken the liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap. These two down close, body close candle are the propulsion block. Now, this candle has been traded by that specific candle. It didn't tap over here still. It has traded this gap. But otherwise, I can see that these two down close, body close candle has traded this order block or the consecutive order block, whatever it is. These two candle has traded. So this is two propulsion block. When market has closed, this candle has closed above that candle, I would love to go for this propulsion block. Now if you want to go for this lowest candle, which is an indecisive candle, I don't like to mark those. Okay, as you can see, it reached until this candle, but I really don't like to mark those candle. Instead, I love to mark those type of candle. But here this two is the consecutive propulsion block. When the candle close here, that candle has closed above that area here. Then the very next candle tap to this propulsion block. I would love to take the entry. Stop loss is going to cover the propulsion block and then that area. Same thing here around this area. Market structure shift, entry gap, last gap here. I just marked this one. That is the what is I mean the trap gap. I'm not talking about this gap, but if you look here, this candle low, that candle high, there is a gap as well. So this candle has traded until this gap. This is the lowest down close body close candle. Market has traded this down close body close candle here, which is made as a propulsion block. Would love to take an entry here. Stop loss below the propulsion block. Target is 20 handle. I don't know. I just marked it as a random. I mean, randomly, I just put it 20 handle. This same entry and this entry, they are the same entry. This one and that one, they are the same entry. Exactly the same entry. It is not for me. Only trading is real. Go for that, man. Go for that, man. We're at the 15-minute entry gap. Okay, I have just marked the last gap. I didn't mark the entry gap. Yep, I just didn't mark it. I just marked the last gap actually. Let's say I'm not interested to look for bull run. To be honest, I don't want to see it will keep going higher. I want to see it will fall again. But we'll see. Yeah, the way you were saying that it's entry gap 50% exactly. I just didn't mark it, but to be honest, if it stop the price and send the market lower, I love to see that. I want to see that. I want to see this market will fall now. It's an extreme premium now. I don't want to see it will keep going higher. I need the fall. The guys who didn't trade here, some of us, okay, what we do when we had the opportunity to take the buy here. We didn't take the buy here. So what we'll do, either we'll force the market to take the sell here, or we'll force the market to take the buy here. This is the mistake. We missed the opportunity here to trade. So now we are forcing the market to trade around this area. This is absolutely mistake. If you miss it, that means you miss it. You have to come back tomorrow, or you have to wait for the perfect action for the reversal. Any kind of buy is chasing price here. Don't chase the price. You missed the opportunity. That means it's not for you. At least not for this session. This session is not for you because you have missed all the opportunity already. You have no other opportunity to trade in this market anymore. Here, this entry, that entry, that entry, all of them are chasing price, or forcing the market to go toward your direction. Don't force the market. You have missed the opportunity here. You missed it already. No other opportunity left. At least not for this session. Around the PM session, if you find out any other way, then go for that. Otherwise, you are done. That's how I'm enjoying life. Outlands checked it is Samson is good and how it's not changing life. Okay, you're enjoying life. Perfect, man. I wish I could. I'm coming to Australia, man, very soon. If you are here in Australia in 2025, maybe we will meet over there. I have a plan in 2025 to visit Canada and Australia all together for 14 days plan actually. And I have to go to Melbourne. It would be better if you stay with me. I mean, if you help me. Right now, I'm in Portugal. Okay, let's see. Outlander, Outlander is gonna be in a deep trouble. ABS, I'm in Melbourne. Please tell me when you are here. You taught me so much. Okay, thank you, brother. Yeah, inshallah. When this market has closed above this nude opening gap, look over here. When the market has closed above the nude opening gap, not even a single sell is valid here. Not even a single sell is valid here. Trust me, man. No sell is valid when market is above the nude opening gap. No buy is valid when market is below the nude opening gap. Always remember that. I don't care how beautiful the sell setup is over there. Don't go for that. It's not gonna work most of the time. Most of the time it will fail you if you take a sell above the nude opening gap. Trust me. Actually, it restarted. Right. This high I just randomly mark it just 20 handle. Okay, I don't know if there is anything more or not. The market will not close before the PM session today. It's gonna close around 1 p.m. if I'm not wrong. Some of my friends told me that it's gonna close around 1 p.m. By the way, the visa process has got worse. I don't need the visa in 2025 after June. I don't need the visa anymore because I will get the permanent resident, which where I don't need the visa anymore for all over the world. Some specific country I need the visa. Otherwise, all over the world, just the port entry. So I'm going to get rid of this visa problem for forever, man. Inshallah. Do you think it's also going to dump? I don't use US 30, brother, to be honest. So I don't know what is going to happen over there. And I don't trade the US 30. It's too fast market. Too fast. Support and resistance at RNS right. Support now resistance. Resistance now support. Something like that. Yeah, something like that, brother. Something like that. This whole ICT concepts depends on retail concept. If you don't know what is retail concept, you don't know about the ICT concepts. The problem is where the retail trader take buy, we take sell. Where the retail trader take sell, we take buy. But our point is around the same level. Their support is our target, their resistance is our stop loss, something like that. But this whole concepts is actually the retail concepts, but against the retail trader. It's against them. Do you really think that if I were in this trade, my stop loss would be still here? Never ever. My stop loss would be just below that candle. See this candle? Oh, okay. It's actually the entry point. So maybe little above of that entry. That means little above of that break even. Little above. I've never put my stop loss over here. See this? I would never go like this way. I would I would trail my stop loss step by step. But fortunately, if I were in this trade, I wouldn't get stopped out because market never retraced that much before hitting the target. After hitting the target, then it retraced little bit. But I would never get stopped out here, not even this one. For example, if I were in this trade, my stop loss would be here, the break even now. Exactly to just cover that volume balance over here. See this volume balance? I would just cover that volume balance and my stop loss would be just one tick below that volume balance to the break even. For example, if I were in this trade, I'm not obviously not in this trade and I'm not going to interest to trade here, not interested to look for buy, not interested to look for sell, nothing. I'll just wait for further confirmation. I just outlined this trade to show you this entry and that entry, they're the same entry, exactly the same entry. And so far it has provided you like 14 handles, something like that. So I just put it like 20 handle. Wanna see if it can go for the 20 handle or not. But if I were in this trade, my stop loss would be just one tick or two tick below that volume balance to the break even. I don't care about his personal life. As a person, how ICT is, I really don't care about that because everyone's personal life is different. But whatever he has done for this community, it's priceless. I mean, if anyone, if he asks $1 billion for this work, it's not enough. Whatever he has provided for free in his YouTube community or everything. It's my opinion. But as a person, how he is, I really don't care about that because I believe that every person is good. Everyone is good and everyone is devil. Like me, I'm not all good, I'm not all bad. You, everyone. There's no one who can say that I'm good or I'm bad. Everyone has some good and some bad in themselves. Take care, be profitable. Yeah, Mahdi, please. Thank you, brother. I'm also going to close the stream after 10 minutes. Not 10 minutes, actually, after 5 minutes. Yeah, I'll wait for 5 more minutes. So 11:35 until 11:35. I'm trying to catch the run around 11:30. So around 11:30, I want to see if it can go higher or not. I got stopped out to the break even already. If I are in straight, I have already got stopped out to the break even. So this is the 11:30. This is the one chance that market can maybe reverse a little bit. I don't know. I'm the best, not just good. Come on, man. You are exceptional. You are exceptional, man. I'm not good. I'm bad. After seeing this big run, am I thinking that I'm going to take sell? 100% no. Still market is above this nude opening gap. See this nude opening gap high. Still market is above this nude opening gap. Still I should keep looking for buy, as I'm not looking for buy because it's already in deep premium. So I should not look for buy anymore. But still this is a buying opportunity, but not selling opportunity. Sell will be valid if and only if the 50-minute candle can close below the new opening gap high and then a bearish gap over there. Then maybe I'll be able to look for some kind of sell. But for me, when the body will close below this new opening gap, then and only then I can go for the sell. Otherwise, all of this area I will have nothing to do. The same way it came here, here to here, the same way it has to fall from there to there. Support, it will work as a resistance. Then I will start to look for sell. Otherwise, I'm not interested to look for sell. You don't need to ask me about that sell or buy. I keep explaining them when and how I keep looking for that for everything. I know that you don't want to miss any of this leg. Every leg you wanna take, but I'm not able to catch every leg. So I have to let go at least 10 leg, and then I will catch one leg. That's my style to trade. I prefer that one. To look for a perfect opportunity to go for the trade. Everything should be aligned over there, especially the stop loss. If the stop loss is big, I don't care how beautiful that setup is. I'm not interested to catch that setup because if I'm wrong, I'll get a huge loss. I don't want to take that huge loss. Instead of that, I will take three small losing trade. It's better than one huge stop loss. But in YouTube channel, you will see that I mean, a lot of people they will show you this type of things. Okay, they will put like this is not trading. Trust me, man. This is not trading. They'll like this type of things. They'll show you this type of things. It's not trading. Trust me. Here, okay. They took 46 handle stop loss, 94 handle profit. Okay. Then they will take some partial over there. Maybe trailing stop loss. They'll get stopped out. Still, they will say you that I got 67 handle profit, but it's not trading because your stop loss is 46. If you're wrong, you're going to take like 30, 40, 50 handle loss. If you are using your mini account, you're dumped. You're already doomed. But it's up to you. I'm not saying that they're wrong or something, but I don't prefer it. I prefer 20 handle maximum so that I will have another opportunity to trade in that same session. See, my stop loss is 9 handle. It seems like a huge stop loss, but it's 9 handle or maybe maximum 10 handle. Okay, something like that, 10 handle. I prefer to take this type of risk. Even I know that this is a low probable area, but still my loss is 10 handle. So I will be able to catch two losses. After all, it's gonna be 20 handle. That means my same one loss, which is my maximum loss, 20 handle. So even if I'm wrong two times, then I will get one loss. It's gonna be like equal to my one loss. I can take a try here, but I am not going to prefer this. I'm not going to prefer this 23 handle. No, not even. Here it's more than enough. Look at the nude opening gap high. I don't know, can you see it or not? See the new opening gap high, how it is holding the price. I'm afraid of this. That's why I don't prefer selling above the new opening gap, because it's a strong line that can stop the price and it higher again. I'm not interested to look for sell around this area. I don't care how beautiful the setup is. It can be the reaction, but still that reaction will stop me out. I don't want to get stopped out. Maybe this market will fall, but this reaction is extremely dangerous. What do you mean by you cannot set up your handle settings in TradingView? What do you mean by that? Use the tool here, that tool, and you see in this tool here, it's showing you the 13 handle, 13 handle. So if you get a profit, you will get a profit for 13 handle. If you get a loss, you will get a loss for 13 handle. If you use this one here, you can see that here. So what I will do, I will put a entry here. For example, this is my entry by limit. I'm not taking this one, so please don't copy this one. I'm just showing you. Stop loss is gonna be there, which is gonna be 13 handle, and target profit is going to be there, which is gonna be the profit or 20 handle, something like that. So this is how I'm going to use this handle or something like that. I really would love to see that how this is going to work, and then we'll close the session. Okay. Either way, we are going to close around 1. So right now trading is extremely dangerous, depending on the price action. Otherwise, this lunch hour would be the best area to trade. As the market will close prematurely, we should not chase this price. It's my opinion, brother. But as the way, same way, if you see the stop loss is small, then you wanna take some risk. It's okay, because this is the game of probability. To work with the probability, just care about your loss. How much are you going to take the loss? Is it enough? I don't know. Do I have any settings or not? I don't know. You can take a screenshot here. I don't know how to use this. This is the settings, I guess. And the input is different. I mean, here input is different because I have already used this one as my entry. If you see here, the input is gonna be different. Maybe, yeah, it's different. But the style, maybe it will help you. I don't know. And this is the same settings for the short tool as well. So guys, let me remind you one more thing, and that is take profit trader. If anyone is interested about Take Profit Trader, you can use the code T2 Wizard, because until 31st of December they are going to hold this offer. If you use that code T2 Wizard and buy an account, then you will get 40% off, and they will give you back the challenge fee when you will request for the first payout. Okay, so if anyone is interested to use that code, please go for that until 31st of December, and you will be able to trade 5 account in Take Profit Trader. So all of these 5 account you will get 40% off and 100% refund of your challenge fee if you can request for the first payout. All of those 5 accounts. But make sure that you have used that code T2 Wizard until before 31st of December. For my funded futures, 50K account is just for $80 until now, no activation fees for both Take Profit Trader and this my funded futures. You don't need to pay any other fees. You have to buy the challenge, you have to pass it. When you will pass it, you will get the funded account. That's all. So my funded futures, they are going to increase the amount of the 50K account. So it's gonna be like maybe more than $80 from 1st of January. If you are interested about that, don't forget to use the code T2 Wizard. For Bull Knox, we have 80% off for Bull Knox. The code is same, T2 Wizard. And whoever is interested about Tradify, which is the straight to funded account, where you will get 35% off. So Tradify, they don't have, I mean, they have the challenge account. If you want to get the funded account straightly, no eval, nothing, just straightly funded account, then use the link on the description. You will get the link on the description. Then use the code SNOW before 31st of December. You will get 35% off to the straight funded, and others you will get 50% off if you go for the challenge actually. Then you will get the discount, 50% discount. So that is also a good idea if you interested about direct funding instead of eval, or if you don't like challenge account, then I think it's a good idea to go for that. Just make sure that you have click on the link. You'll get it to the description or to the comment box. You'll find it. Apex right now they don't have a good deal, so I don't think so. You should not. I think that you should not go for the Apex right now. I believe that it will provide you another better opportunity after some days. I don't know. And one more thing, guys, if anyone interested to about an okay, guys, let me know one thing. Which prop firm do you like so that I can get the partnership with them? Which prop firm do you like actually? Can you please write down which one you do like then so that I can take the partnership with them? If you use the code, it's gonna be helpful for our channel. Uh, it's nothing personal, and I'm not asking money from you, as you know. Either way, you are trading, right? You are trading through prop firms. So if you want, you can use the code. So it will be useful for our channel. Just let me know which prop firm do you prefer. Everyone, please let me know that. I don't have any partnership with Top Step, and yeah, Top Step is expensive in my opinion because like $198, it's expensive to be honest. So where I have better opportunity and the same thing which is better than Top Step, I would love to go with them. My funded futures, Take Profit Trader, Tradify, both all of them much more cheaper comparing with Top Step, and their facilities are bigger than Top Step. So that's why I don't use Top Step, and I'm not interested about Top Step as well. Their activation fees is huge, $149. Huge. In $149, I'll be able to get at least two my funded futures account. So it's much more cheaper in my opinion. Okay, guys, I don't think so that anyone is interested to write down the Profr name except those two guys. Murad, my funded futures and earn to trade. Okay, I don't know about earn to trade. I'll try to communicate with them. Earn to trade. Okay, I'll just take a screenshot and I'll communicate with them if they provide me any kind of partnership with them. Earn to trade. Okay. Anybody else? Just let me know some. I mean, it's in the lunch hour and I will close my trade. And either way, this is gonna close around 1 p.m. So to be honest, it's enough for today. Uh, I believe that it was insightful for all of you. But at the same time, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Just before closing, I would love to know some Profram name which you love so that I can make the partnership with them. Okay. Earn to trade, you don't pay the activation fees. Okay, okay, brother. I will communicate with them. Okay. Top is the only feature that supports my country. Where are you from? Where are you from, brother? Gharvi. Gharvi. Where are you from? Top step and E2T. What is that E2T? Oh, man. New name. I don't know about the E2T. Is that a Profram? I'll communicate with them as well then. Thank you for live, brother. No worries, Audrey. Audrey, you are new here, brother. My funded futures and take profit. I have both, the partnership with my funded and take profit. So Jack T, I have already got you. I got you, man. So I'll get the commission from you. In 50K my funded account, is it possible to pay out 3K? Possible to pay out 3K. 100% it's possible, but you have to go with $1,200 each time. So you will keep making the money and you will get the payout from $1,200, $1,200, $1,200 like this way. Until a certain period of time, then they will increase the payout limit. In one time, no. Earn to trade. Oh, okay. E2T is earn to trade. Okay, I will talk to them. Okay, I will talk to them. Earn to trade. If you guys really would love to use that. Tick tick. I have the tick tick as well. I have to change the code. I will change it and I'll post the link as well. Tick tick. Tick tick is also good. I have the partnership with them. I stopped trading the London because most of the people are not interested about that London session. So I stopped talking about the London. Otherwise, I was active about the London session, too much active. But now these times, I see that people are not interested. They are not happy to that London session, something like that. The same way, I will stop talking about the first presented gap when I will see that people are not interested anymore. But so far, I can see that people are so much interested about the first presented gap, so I keep watching them. I didn't watch the London. Yesterday there was no London setup for me. Today I don't know. Today I even didn't see the London session. So this is the high around 2, then fall here. Yeah, that was a perfect London session. Today's London session wasn't bad, that much bad. This low and that low, they're relatively equal lows. London session most of the time is going to make the liquidity. So this is the sell side liquidity market has made around 315. It has made that relatively equal lows. Now if you look over here, what type of things do we have? This is the gap over here. Price traded this gap. The lowest down close body close candle is gonna be your order block. Mark the order block here. just a second. That is the order block. Let me change the color. I prefer only liquidity making session. So when market came here, it didn't make any kind of liquidity here. No liquidity has been made here. Then market keep falling, keep falling. I will do nothing until this candle appeared here and made that relatively equal lows here. And traded that order block, which has traded this gap. This is the last down close body close candle. Traded that order block around this area. I will go to 1 minute chart. In 1 minute chart, this is that area. Okay, I prefer to look for an buying opportunity. So if you see here, after reaching around this area, this is the market structure shift, not a perfect market structure, but still this is the market structure shift. I would love to look for a buy from that fair value gap. Would love to cover like here, this low I would love to cover here around that low, just this low. I could cover that low that has made the fair value gap here. As you can see, it's just 6 candle. I don't like to cover that candle which has made this gap. So I'm not interested to cover that one. Instead, I would love to cover this swing low. My target is 15 handle. I'm only interested for 15 handle. I don't care about 15 after 15 handle what market has done. I don't care about that. So this is gonna be my trade. London session, liquidity making session, which is London has made the liquidity here. This low, trade that higher time frame period, which is the order block, and then made the market structure shift fair value. Not a perfect market structure shift, but still this is a swing. This is a swing which has traded this gap over here, that is small gap. So this swing high is valid for shifting market structure. No sales and liquidity left here. Made the fair value gap, trade that fair value gap with immediate reaction. I'm already in the market. Target is 1500. So my London session is very specific, and that is I would love to stay in 15-minute chart. In 15-minute chart, I would love to wait until London makes the liquidity. So if London can make the liquidity, I'm interested to trade that area. Otherwise, what is that? And oh, I guess it's here. My time frame is from 1 a.m. New York local time, which is here. This is that 1 a.m. candle. From that 1 a.m. candle, I will start to look for relatively equal highs on those. Then market made here, keep going higher. When it will come until this high here, I will keep looking for a selling opportunity. When it has closed above that high, that means selling opportunity is gone for me. I'm not interested to look for sell anymore. Buy, there is no question because market didn't make the relatively equal lows. Then came here, started to fall. I will let them fall, go, fall, go, fall, go until this candle appeared here, made that relatively equal lows. Is that inside the time 1 to 6 a.m., 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. inside this time? Did it make that relatively equal lows? Yes, sir. It has made that relatively equal lows around 315. So 340, 329, I guess. Now, when it has traded this area, all I need an higher time frame PDRA. Did it trade any kind of higher time frame PDRA? I will look on my left. Now, here I could simply use this gap. So as you can see here, I have a gap as well. So some of you can think that why that order block, because I have this gap as well from 15-minute chart. And I prefer all of you to use the gap instead of the order block. I prefer that gap. Okay, so this is the gap. As you can see, this gap is holding the price. I prefer this order block instead of this gap, but for you, you always look for the gap for your higher time frame period, not entry gap, not last gap, not some specific gap, any kind of 15-minute gap. You need any kind of 15-minute gap that is not violated by the body. Order block is much more preferable for me here instead of this gap, but if you use the gap only. Come back again, trade made that relatively equal lows. It can go little lower of that low. The wick can go lower. I don't care about that until the body is not going to close below this low, which should be a swing low. It is a valid sell side liquidity. Anybody has any question about that sell side liquidity or relatively equal lows? Isn't it a so beautiful? What to say? I mean the support. Yeah, in London session, I am a retail trader. In London session, I am a retail trader. I love to make the support zone with higher time frame PDRA. I will be in 1 minute chart. We'll wait for two type of entry. First, inversion gap entry. Second, market structure shift, fair value gap entry. This is the two type of entry I'm pretty much confident to take the take my what to say, take my entry. That is the two type of situation I would love to take the entry. Instead of that, I'm not interested to look for any kind of entry. Here, look at this gap. Okay, just keep look at this gap. Trade, fall, took the liquidity. This gap is important for me. I would love to mark this gap. I'm not showing you something very random. I'm showing you something very specific. This gap, market trade that gap, fall, took the liquidity. All of this liquidity has been taken. This is my inverse gap. I want to see that whenever market will come to this gap, it's going to be respected that gap. I don't know here. Just look. I didn't see this. Okay. So I was watching this thing. I thought it has traded here. It didn't. Instead, it has made relatively equal lows. Finally, market has fall. Trade that inverse gap. Then all of this run. If it is inside the session, that means 1, 2 to 5 a.m., I'll go for that inverse gap entry. Otherwise, for me, the market structure shift, fair value gap, boom. 15 handle is my target. That's all. I'm only interested. What I'm looking for here, only buy, only buy, only buy. Why? Because market has made only sell side liquidity. If it had made buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart, if you go to the 15-minute chart and come here around this area, where here around this area. So after making this sell side liquidity, market keep going higher, 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 and then made relatively equal highs. So keep that in your mind here. This area is market has made relatively equal highs here. Around this area, market has made relative. It has taken that high with a shallow run. I don't care. And all of this price action you don't know. Still, it's in the chart. It's not in the chart. So far you have seen that market has made that relatively equal highs. So go for 1-minute chart. This is that relatively equal highs here around this area. Market has made that relatively equal highs. I need something else. Did that high trade any kind of fair value gap over here from 15-minute chart? That's all I need to make sure first, that it has traded any fair value gap or not. So this is that area. Where was that? This is that area here. Okay, this is that area. Now if you look on your left here, on your left, this fair value gap has been violated. So from 15-minute chart, this fair value gap has been violated by that body. So here the body has been violated this gap. So I can't use this gap anymore as my higher time frame PDRA, because it has been violated by body here around this area. So what I can do, I can use the order block here, the highest up close body close candle, which is my order block. I will mark that order block, extend it to my right. So this is that area where market has made that relatively equal highs, which has traded this order block against the mean threshold. So I have some kind of PDRA, but as I told you, if you want to mark, use high time frame PDRA, you will only use the order, fair value gap. Don't use the order block or any other things. Just use the fair value gap. And I'm in 1-minute chart. Made that relatively equal highs. This low and that low. There's a fine thing, okay? This low and that low. Now, what does it look like? Is that a swing low or is that clean equal lows? Why that market structure shift video is important? Is that clean lows or is that a swing low? If I ever see this type of clean lows, I see them as a liquidity, not my market structure shift. Now, if I mark it from here, it's a market structure shift, right? If I mark it from there to there, it's a market structure shift. Take the buy maybe from this gap. So let me put it here, maybe here, okay? And maybe stop loss is there. And I'm going to target the 15 handle. Where is the 15 handle? There is the 15 handle. Now it didn't work. It didn't work. Brother, your logic is not working. Brother, you missed something. This is not a swing low. This is an equal lows. It's not a swing low for shifting market structure. Why you are marking this as a market structure shift? What is the importance of that? Okay, now I have another opportunity. What is that? Let me show you this. See this gap, very small gap. So I'm going to mark that gap. Instead of this market structure shift, I want to mark this gap from there to until this area. Mark that area. Going to extend it to my right. Okay. So over here, this is the highest gap. Sorry, not there. Here, my mistake. Sorry. Here, that is the highest gap where market had tapped, take the liquidity. See, this high has been taken over here, made the relatively equal highs, trade that order block. Price come back again to this inverse gap. Yes, sir. I prefer the entry from this inverse gap. I don't know it has provided me 25 handle or not, but we'll see if it can provide me. Stop loss is going to cover at least this high, at least that high, but as I can see, it's like 11 handle only here. I would love to prefer go for that 11 handle. Love to target 15 handle. It's over there, okay? 15 handle, stop loss, 11 handle, entry exactly from that inverse gap. I only prefer these two entries from London session. It has made relatively equal highs. It has made relatively equal lows. Higher time frame period, fair value gap. Higher time frame period, order block mid threshold. I really don't prefer you to use the order block, breaker block, or anything. I prefer the fair value gap only. Took my entry from there. I told that I'm not interested, not even one tick more than 15 handle. Not over more than 15 handle, not over one tick. Simply 15 handle is my target. And here 15 handle and maybe 15 handle one tick. Yeah, sometimes because of the spread, as Jack T last time showed, maybe it won't hit your target, but I don't know. But as I showed you, 15 handle, 15 handle, same exactly from the low of that fair value gap, which is the inverse gap from that candle low to until the volume balance. Now, if I don't mark the until the volume balance, instead of that, if I just mark the fair value gap over here, which is the fair value gap here, then you can see my entry will be from there. If my entry is from there, I will get like 16 handle over here, as I showed you, like something like this. From there to there, like here, 16 handle, okay? But I would love to prefer to go for that volume balance to until this area, that week low. So my entry will be from here and target just 1500, not one tick more than 1500. So this is a sell from the London session. Logic is same. London has made the relatively equal highs from 15-minute chart. London has made the relatively equal lows from 15-minute chart. Higher time frame period, higher time frame period, got the market structure shift. No inverse gap here. No inverse gap to take the buy entry. Here was an inverse gap to take the sell entry, but here is no buy entry inverse gap. There was no buying opportunity from the inverse gap. So I had to wait for the market structure shift, fair value gap. Trade that fair value gap, 15 handle. Inverse gap, trade that inverse gap, 15 handle. I'm done for the London session. I'm not interested to trade in this London session anymore. Everything is done. So this London session is extremely so beautiful. But yeah, sometimes people are not interested. So I stopped talking about that. Whereas Khalid, I got it. Earn to trade. If I'm not wrong, earn to trade. So I'll actually contact with them if they actually offer any kind of partnership. I'll try to get the partnership so that I can use that link and you can use my link for helping me. That's all, brother. Looks like thanks, bro. No worries, Mosh. Looks like most interested in London Open. Interested in London Open. Mm, I prefer 2 to 5 a.m. But yeah, good night, Outlander. No worries, man. Yeah, guys, I'm also going to close the stream. Anybody has any question, you can tell me. Otherwise, I'm going to close the stream as well. I hope that it was insightful for all of you. And if it is insightful, don't be miser, okay? Don't miss that like button. Please push the like button. Be our YouTube family member. And thanks for all of you for. Okay, it came to this last travel cap. I want to see that it will go through this last travel cap, and finally it will reach here. So let's see how it is going to react from that last travel cap from the dollar for the dollar index. And to be honest, don't try to trade over here, okay? Please don't try to trade over here, please. It's a request. I'm not allowed to tell you to go for the trade or not to go for the trade, but I'm asking it as a friend. Please don't go for the trade right now. It's my request. Donichu, I'm wasting my time for driving license. I mean, sorry, for the driving lesson around the London session. So I won't be able to hear in front of my chart around the London session. I'm trying to take the lesson for the driving. So just wasting my time for the driving lesson. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, Jonathan. Sorry, Donichu. Jonathan, thank you, man. Thanks for your good holiday. Yeah, everybody, okay. Enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the Christmas. Don't get upset if you take some losing trade today. Tomorrow, the day after tomorrow is the better opportunity. So wait for that opportunity. Don't get rush. Don't do rush. Be like just go back. Be an audience. Whatever it is happening over here? Be an audience. Don't be an participant over here. So Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, they are going to play. We are going to watch the game. We are not going to hit the goal. We are going to watch it. Think like that way. This will increase your patience level, which is the most important part of trading. You're the real wizard of future market. Oh man, I stopped talking about the wizard. Yep. Yeah, maybe from future we'll see, brother. Thank you guys. Yeah, and I will look for that earn to trade. If they provide me any kind of partnership, I will just post the link. And in the meantime, if anyone has any other favorite prof from, just comment to that, to this live streaming so that I can get the information. So if you would love to share your experience or share your favorite prof from information, I will be happy so that I can get the partnership with them. So until the next days, everyone, happy Christmas if you celebrate it, and be safe. Take a good care of yourself with your family, every loving one of you. Okay. So Merry Christmas. Bye bye, guys.